Alright guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube channel. I'm your host JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect to you lot. And how to become a member, please do click the join button. YouTube will help you along the way. Alright, yes, if you have any trouble to get to become a member, what you could do is go into the description and click the link manually, and then maybe YouTube will still help you out from that point. Yes, so as you saw by the show, we have the Cadamarteri continues to make the front line, and all of that he's doing is by actually playing football and breaking barriers. So we want to talk about him. We want to talk about Kasey Super Farm Palmer. Then we have to talk about Lati Bodir getting caps up, and then we have Shon Bernard as well, and then we have a few other guys that we wanted to talk about. Then we have upcoming games with more Reggae Boyz. Then we have Reggae Boyz local list released and what is to come on that one. And then we have U20 selection headaches. All right, that is a problematic one. Boy oh boy, but you know, it is what it is. So I'm going to start the show off nice before we get into those drama topics. After 30 minutes, I will definitely try and open the platform so everyone can come in and see their piece. So let me start with bigging up the people, and then we get straight into the details. Chris Smith, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Osh Poppy, big up yourself. Lansday, big up yourself, big boss. Kevin Jones in the building. Ernest said he's here from 7:38. And we have Mike Livingston, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Owen says the man I'm out early. Dre Any Weather is out early as well. Tyrone Williams, Joseph Brown, Michael Roberts in the building. Alright, Marlon King, Marklan Barrett, big up yourself. J Ross, even though him call me big head, but it's okay. Big up yourself, J Ross, me here, Virgin. Chevon Travis Pessoa, big up yourself. And Hallan, big up yourself, thanks for being here. Massive respect. So let we start the show right here. Yesterday we started the program explaining a situation that we had in the previous video. What we're gonna do, we're gonna do the same thing. A guy that was one of our subscribers said that he got shut up. Proved to us that yes, it's true, terrible situation. So we said we don't know the situation, but we said we were trying to get involved and try to even assist him and stuff. So I set the bar at $200 US, and the guys them yesterday sent in, I think, 100 around $10 US. It's on the channel, but I will accumulate up everything. So we are short of around maybe $90 to $80 left. So anyone wants to be involved, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the link and pin it at the top, and you can donate directly to the PayPal. The reason for that is when when you give it straight to the PayPal, it will take a fee when I have to send it back, but it wouldn't take 50% on all of those madness. All right, yes. So I will put the link and you guys decide if you want to donate to it. All right, yes. But I just said 200, and we have already gotten $110 to be honest, because it was converting to euros, so I never knew how to get it back. But around $110, and massive respect to Pagan put majority of the money right here. Oh, say Gmails, he's here because he said he's going to pass through, and he's going to try and definitely come and tell you guys thanks. But yes, so that is the situation. But once you reach that point, I'm going to pin the link. Let me try get the link from now so I can pin it so people decide if they do want to do so. If you don't, I am still grateful, and I know that he must be grateful as well for it. That was already accumulated. All right, yes. So that's why I respect you guys to a different level, because the fact that we just jump up on a day, never planned out anything, and we could have gone out and help out a person in need at the time. All right, yes. So big ups to you guys. Give me a second, let me get the tip line so I can pin it right here, so you guys can decide what you want to donate, if you want to donate, because we already gotten a certain amount of money that I'm happy with so far. You get me? The fact that you guys even donated anything, I'm happy with that. You understand me? So, yeah, man. Let me try and pin the link right here. for you. All right, so the link is pinned now, so I am done with that now. So let me get back into the football. GS Laguna, big up yourself. And then Gmails, I will put it right there. So yeah, whenever he calls in, you will know who he is. Chevan Pierre, big up yourself. Omar Fowling, big up yourself, man. Yeah, man. Let me get into it now. So yesterday, I told you guys to go out and watch a game because that game was in the FA Cup. But because we had three already Jamaican players playing on the team. But you have one potential one that is an 18-year-old kid that is doing great things at this point, breaking through and making it into Sheffield Wednesday's team. All right, so I thought he would have played some part, but he ended up starting the entire game, and it was not aired. It was not aired. All right, it was not aired. All right, somebody donated. All right, I will read out the donations then once it comes in, whenever the time is. All right, yes. So because I have to stick to the topic. I don't want to jump off the topic, so I am not disrespecting anyone. I'm gonna read out everything at once. All right, yes. So, anyways, this game was all about. Kasey Palmer and him. All right, but what we have to say, we only could have listened to this game by radio and also get the footage from FA Cup itself because it was not available due to the fact that no one took up the rights and the time to buy the second leg. So what FA Cup did, they filmed it but never aired it because no one was airing it at all. But obviously it's standard for you to film things. But I still think the FA Cup need to find a way how to still put the games them on, even if no one buys the rights to the games. All right? Yes. So the game ended 4-1 in favor of Coventry. All right, I'm going to give out every details on it. Yes, because it's on the screen now, so I can bring it up and you guys will get the chance to see it. All right. Yes, the first half, it was much more closer because the first half ended 1-1. After Sheffield Wednesday made some changes, we don't know exactly what took place. It looks like they made a big jump because that's when they conceded all of the additional goals. All right. They conceded all of the additional goals right there. But the first half was 1-1. So Kasey Palmer opened the scoring in the 3rd minute. So he continues a blistering form. And then Bailey Cadamarteri scored the next one in the 10th minute. Good he improvised and also kill out the defender right there. So he timed where he think the ball would have dropped after the error made by the defender and slot it down to a tight space. We posted both of those goals. So thanks to the FA Cup to still post the goals them and also the makeup of the goals them so you can see them. All right. Yes. So he scored in the 10th minute. Again, so we can't. It comes a point that we can't avoid people that's doing something. You understand me? Because last week I was talking about him, how good of a player he is, and how knowledgeable he is at a young level, and it shows how he scored that goal. Because remember, he outsmarted persons, him knowingly that it's going to be an error. Because the way or the body of the player turned. That's why he put himself in that position, and his one-time ability to put it through that gap is very good. And that's what I've read in his reports. How smart he is, how he opens up space for people and stuff. So I saw something on Instagram, someone, I think he's doing a good job, saying that he's eligible for the U20s. Yeah, this guy is not eligible for the U20s only. This guy is eligible for Jamaica national team. All right, we can't make up any excuse anymore because we have talked on this channel, and that's why I love our channel that talks about football. Because look how we have been talking about this kid for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and he comes out and showcasing that what we're saying is the truth. You understand me? The youth is a talent, man, and at this level, we're still not gonna say he's a prestigious talent, because that's a world level accolades, but he's definitely a talent nonetheless, and he got himself on the score sheet. Yes, Kasey Palmer got a goal and an assist, and he's also one of the Reggae Boys. Shon Bernard got some minutes. Lati Bodier got some minutes as well. Let me put it up back here because I wanted to just talk on the player itself. All right. So as you saw, Latibodier, he was the captain on the day. All right, so that's the next big accolades, and he was playing more inside as a centre back. So prove that even though maybe he has some problems from time to time in the Jamaica team as to where he actually plays, show that his skill set is still up there, because you put him in central midfield, which he plays for this club this year. He plays right, left back for this club this year. He plays centre back for them. So he's an all-round player that facilitates well. All right, yes. So Latibodier in it. Latibodier in it. Kasey Palmer stars, one of the best players them, with Callum I think got 2 goals and an assist as well. And then Cadamarteri comes and do his thing, and Shon Bernard, clearly Shon Bernard and those guys came on, and that's when the goals them scored. So we wouldn't believe that Shon Bernard would have gotten a big score right here. All right, let me take some comments. So JD, if JFF give Bailey Cadamarteri, I will forgive them for all their sins. Okay, so you think Richard Stewart said if they get him, let's see if they give him a chance. Chavi Peso said, JD, another local JPL squad is named for training yesterday. I know, I have it here. It's going to come up, but we have to give up all the information that came up before. So when we open the panel, people already know what we're going to be talking on. All right, yes. Jason Guna said that was poor by FA Cup. How can they not show matches? But they never showed that match. The other matches were on, because I was watching the other matches as well, because I had to check them to make sure that what they're saying is accurate. So it was that match never got bought out, so they wouldn't show it. All right, so that is, remember, it's a money game, you know. Football is a money game, you know, Jason. So they're not going to give it to people, even though they could make their money off it. They could make their money back off it off streaming, because if they put it live on streaming, it's gonna get like 1-2 million views, and maybe that will turn out into 8,000-9,000, you know. So, but them decide that they're gonna keep it so they can make bigger deals with other locations, and that's how they do their thing. It's their content. They own it, you know. Yeah, so we can't do anything about it, you know. Yes, some other like Champions League Girlz, they can't get the rights sold to people. They put it on YouTube and put it on their main network and make more money. But the Champions League girl kind of draw a lot of fan base because it's different countries and because it's inside England alone. Maybe they don't believe that they can generate the same funding as the Champions League games. And when those Champions League games done, it's on 20 million per video. 20 million per video, and you put that back times 2,000-3,000. On it, they are making back 100,000 on one video. So they are making insane money on it. So they will always put the Champions League out there, whether or not we like it, because they are making back the money. They might not get 100,000 per video from the TV rights, and they're going to get all the money for themselves, and then people will go back and watch it after, Jason. So that is way more of a profitable deal for them. So I could see why Champions League Girls game go up on the screen, because it's terrible money they do make without any extra pressure. But I don't think the championship generates that amount of power, to be honest, and that is honest. Ladies football make a lot of money, especially in the Champions League side. A lot of money, a lot of revenue. So I could understand why they did that. But maybe, Jason, they could try and build something, start from somewhere. So that means you have more leverage in the end. I could agree with that side. But they never did it, and they showed the other ones them. And sadly, it's the one that we wanted to watch. They never did. All right, yes. JD, when you can check out Morgan Whittaker, can be an option as a attacking midfielder. Thank you very much. We'll do. All right, yes. So let me move on. So we have Shon Bernard, Bailey Cadamarteri, Mothersille, Palmer, and Joel Latibodier. Mothersille now. Mothersille never got the nod that we were looking for, but they brought in Johnson Clark Harris. So for everyone that thought that Johnson Clark Harris would have been leaving Petersburg, he's still there. He is still there, guys. So he haven't left there. as yet. It surprised me. So either he's injured or he just doesn't have a good relationship with the place at this point. Hence why they are not playing him, or he doesn't want to play or something. You know? Yes, but he's still there because I saw him on the list yesterday. All right? Yes. So that's how it is for the guys that played yesterday for Jamaica Reggae Boyz. We have upcoming games, but we are going to stop on upcoming games and do that at the back end. I'm going to open the stream after we talk about this, all right? So this is the list. This is the list that was sent in. So Reggae Boyz will have a next training. If you listen to what the coach had said before, yes, you can look at this list and see if he follows those rules. Yes. So Justin Dunn, Tivoli Garden, Ricardo Thomas, Dumbly Holin, Andre Fletcher, Waterhouse, Kemar Foster, Waterhouse, Marlon Martin, Arnett Garden, Kaheem Dixon, Arnett Garden, Joel Cunningham, Arnett Garden, Fabian Reid, Arnett Garden, Jamon Shepherd, yes, Arnett Garden, Kyle Ming, Cavaliers, Jadine White, Cavaliers, Adrian Reid, Cavaliers, Richard King, Cavaliers, Shaniel Thomas, Cavaliers, Christopher Ainsworth, Cavalier, Jamai Topi, Mount Pleasant, Damario Phillips, Mount Pleasant, he's back. Ramon Hall, Mount Pleasant, Shaquan Davis, Mount Pleasant, Daniel Green, Mount Pleasant, Alex Marshall, Portmore United, Emilio, Portmore United, Stephen Young, Portmore United, and Jason Wright, Mullines FC. Alright, so that is the new listing right there. I'm going to open the platform and then we are going to run the show straight through. So give me a second. Let me try and get this up. But let me start by giving the person that donated some respect right there to the cause. Alright, 1 second. Let me share it. Let me just share it first. And then I can open that one, the discard. Alright, so for the person that donated, let me get this for you. Alright, so the person that donated, let me give them a shout out. I open this. Alright, so Davian, thanks very much for the $4 US dollars. So we will add it to that. So we are getting closer and closer to the 100, to the 200. Alright, yes. And whenever the guy can call in, I will try and patch him in. I will open a Discord. So I will share the Discord link. So if Gmails is listening, you can just jump in the Discord. It doesn't show your face or nothing. So you can just come in and give your take. Like explain to the people in your condition or whatever situation is and tell them thanks. Alright, so let me open the Discord, guys, and then we can go through the rest of the show. But we had to do this because we saw the person as one of our subscribers, and I just believe that it's something nice to do. Alright, yes, but you don't have to get involved if you don't want to. Alright, so this is the link for the Discord, so people can come in. Let me open the call in, so that means I can take the calls. And let me try and get this thing up and running for the Discord. Alright. Alright, so the Discord that opens. Alright, so that's the Discord. Alright, so guys, let me know what you made of the list this time around. Alright. Let me know what you made of the list this time around. Alright, I saw Pastor already in the Discord. Yes, so just click the link on Gmail and sign up for the Discord. It's private. You can come in and say your piece. Alright, yeah. But we have it there. It says I want to bless up all on the live. Give thanks to God for life and everyone go through things in life. So give thanks to everyone who wake up. Okay, massive respect for that. All right, yeah, man. Nitra, big up yourself. And Michael Thomas in the building, big up yourself. All right, so what you guys made of this list that I have right here? What I've seen a few guys that got called back. I've seen a few guys that got called back. That is the first thing I would have to say right there. I thought that they would have revamped everything. And then pick a different set because she wanted to go through all the promising young talents. I never knew that they were going to pick back persons. So I saw my boy there back on the list. Dixon back on the list. which it's okay if he's on list because I think he's one of the more talented young kids them, and I want to see him get game time. But I thought that what he meant he would have gotten everyone, like he just pick a next fresh 20 over because he saw some of these guys and he's impressed with Dixon and those guys. So I never expected them to come back. Faster. I think Faster is a little bit old. These are just my takes. Faster was a little bit old, so I don't know what is the meaning of getting Faster there. That's just my take. I thought that we would have looked for a more younger keeper that we can share the information with so they can materialize into something, just like what we're doing with Dixon. That's my take still. That's my take. Oh, I would have looked at it. So let me know how you guys look at it inside the chat. I'm going to come to the chat right here. Let me hear what people says. Travis, let me know what you have to say on that. This could not be the team going to Trinidad. I think it's still a next training session first. And if they can get a game, they get a game, But I am not sure. I am not sure, all right? All right, we saw Percy's inside the discard. So, Pastor, you're here for a while, so I'm going to let you go ahead, and then Jason can come in, all right?
Good morning to the person in the chat. Good morning to the other person on the Discord. I'm not sure who that person is, but really,
Your
I want
sound
to say,
okay. You're better now. You're hearing better now. Go ahead.
okay, yeah. I want to say I am a little bit apprehensive at this squad, but I'm waiting on if we get a press conference where the coach speaks. But this squad, with the names that I see in this squad, is troubling to me, to say it mildly.
Okay.
Because if you notice the players that coach had seen before, a lot of them are in this squad. And I'm talking those who would have got a chance in the national program at some point. Some of them are in this squad. And so it means that, one, he's looking at them now, and that would give them a good opportunity to make the team going to Trinidad for the 2 games. But I am looking beyond that, knowing the modus operandi of the leadership of the Jamaica Football Federation. And I am praying that I am wrong. But this is a showcase so as to justify them not calling other players from the diaspora. Believe me when I say all of the persons that have been promoted with Jamaican ancestry, the players available in the diaspora. It is a month and a half ago, I asked, who are the players that Coach Grimm went to England and wherever else and contacted? Why is it that we do not have any updates on any of the persons who have made it categorically clear they want to play for Jamaica? Why we can't hear anything about them? And if they believe that the position they have taken, that because if they highlight it, England coach will have eyeball on them, that satisfies the fans. It don't satisfy me, because that is rubbish. If the player decides to play for Jamaica, the player decides to play for Jamaica. The player is an intelligent person, and so they know that if the England coach come after them, is just to deprive them of the opportunity to play for Jamaica by giving them a 1 cap or 2 cap. There is enough of that out there. So not no Porter or Simon or them take in their position. It sounds good, but it doesn't satisfy anything because that is rubbish as far as I'm concerned. And I'm saying it that strongly because in an information age, the coach of England can get the information on every player that we have the information on.
All right, but Pastor,
And
Pastor, I think you because what I wanted to stick on this topic here.
yes,
As to, but Pastor,
let me bring it back.
4 minutes you're gone, you know, and you're gone into a different conversation to close your point, which will take 10 minutes.
The team that is now selected is worrying to me because of that. And I will leave it right there.
All right. Thank you, Pastor. Because we are trying to set the tone if you have a conversation. And you take over the conversation and speak on one topic. What happened to Bailey Cadamarteri was scoring? And even though you never see the game, but the fact that so much Jamaicans took place in a one game. What you made of that one, Pastor?
All right. I didn't see the game.
Yes, and nobody saw the game. Not even Jesus can't come here until they say he saw the game. You understand me? Yes.
All right.
Because they never hear the game because they want their money. All right? Yes.
I heard Simon program having it. I think I saw you have it posted something with Kasey Palmer and him.
No, me posted yesterday and tell people so to watch it because we have 4 Jamaicans in it. And I put Kasey Palmer on it. People do it after the fact. I do it before.
You did it before. Yes. So that for me, you see, you push back the conversation now, you know. But I'm not going to follow where you're pushing it.
No. Just pass this answer. May I ask you? Yes, that's all. That's just
as it relates to Bailey, and Kasey Palmer and those guys, congratulations. Keep putting in the work, and the work will pay off because you can replicate what you have learned once you have learned something good. So keep going. Hats off on that. I am happy for them.
All right, Pastor. All right. Look at Pastor. Him just want to war, so he has nothing more to say. All right, so we'll make Jason say what he must say. So,
but I answered you, JD. I answered on it. I didn't see the game.
Pastor, I said, okay, Pastor. Okay, Pastor. Yes, you could have said a lot more things, like you said, a lot more things when you see some name on a paper. So the man score on a paper, and the actual video is in the discard. So that means you see more than what you talk on the actual paper here. So me not gonna argue there, Pastor. You're gonna get back in time. Jason, go ahead, so we can move the show on. All right, me not gonna worry, Pastor, today. Yes, today is not Pastor Wardy.
So big up Pastor, big up JD, big up everybody in the chat. Good morning and good afternoon, evening if you're watching later. So just I get the point about the FA Cup, but boy, it just kind of sad. I was looking forward to watching the game. So many representatives and potential representatives of Jamaica, but at least they put out the footage of the goals, so I got to see that, so which was good. Kind of feel sad that Bernard had to get back up so bad, but somebody had to lose on the day, and hopefully Coventry can keep their run going. Big shout out to Latibo there for captaining the team as well. I know you mentioned it, but just want to bring it up one more time. And then as far as the local squad is concerned, there are some, I thought, as you said, JD, based on what he said in his previous press conference at the last one, that it would be an opportunity to see as many players as possible. So it was a bit surprising to see some of the names back. But I know that they are possibly going to play some games against Trinidad in this month. So, maybe he was thinking he wants to put some of those players that he knows from before into that squad. So that could be part of the reason. And, just to touch on one thing that Pastor touched on. I don't think that these local squads really have much to do with the Nations League or the Copa America squad, to be totally honest. I know that maybe some fans.
Hold on. The next person inside of this call, mute your mic, please. Mute your mic, please. Because Jason is speaking. All right, go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute him. So yeah, I don't think the two teams really have much to do with each other. So I wouldn't get so bent out of shape about they wanting to bring players to the Nations League matches and all these things. I think that the coach knows that for these upcoming games, if there's going to be players from these camps, it probably won't be more than one or two, at the most, I think. But, of course, that will have to be something that we wait and see. And, while I don't agree with some of the, I guess you'd say, like, secrecy that goes on with some of these, us trying to recruit players. At the same time, I feel like there's a certain set of the fan base in Jamaica and those that, really don't understand the concept of holding on to information until it's time. So in a way, I understand the level of secrecy they're trying to have sometimes, because I don't think they can really control everybody with the information. And sometimes, while it is true that when these players apply to get a switch to Jamaica, they have to alert the FA that they're moving from. So, the secrecy thing really doesn't really apply to Southgate and England, because they get notified of these things when it's official or when it's becoming official. So, that doesn't matter. But I do think that sometimes the way the narrative can be presented can maybe be off-putting to some of the players that could potentially play for us. So in that sense, I understand. But I don't think it has anything to do with Southgate and him picking players, because he would find out about those things regardless.
Okay, all right. So thanks very much. 492406. Please unmute your mic and say what you're saying, and then I can bring you in Tennessee after. Because I don't know if it's the Virgin Gmails. If it's Gmails, you can just come in and say what you have to say, so we can just move on. Yeah. I don't know if it's him. So you said they muted him, Jason, or he muted himself? All right. So I don't know the other name. Okay. So Tennessee, go ahead.
Yeah, JD.
Yeah, man. Go ahead, Gmails. How are you doing, my brother? You feeling better?
What? Yeah, man, I'm feeling thankful, feeling faithful,
Yeah. All right. So just we don't want to hold you too long. We just here try to make sure people know the situation with you and say true. So because obviously me take people money, even though I can pay it back by myself, but I like when people come and explain themselves exactly what I go on. So just tell the people them thanks, and we just run on with the show, and them know say me I go give you the money, cause me don't want them tell them say me take them money, Even though my virgin them now say that, but me still have to make sure that, cause I have people that put money, we think that way there, because they want to bring me down, Them hate me.
Jobless, no man curses. Because vanity is superficial. Everything else is come 10-4. Feel me? You do good back to you. If me did evil, or if me did wasn't a bad person, I couldn't pick up 7 and still there to give my testimony, you see me? Because what I mean, every dog has his day. Everybody has to go through trials and tribulation. No man is perfect on Jalan, you see me?
Okay. All right. So, we're glad to say all right, glad to say all right, as in you're still alive, but I must say you have to just try to stay safe as best as possible, and you just make a way where we can get contact to you, so we can get past it to you, so me know, so me get it out of my hand, so them can't say me have it, and then I hope you come in the chat and tell them say you get it, if that's the case. All right.
Man, you did link me. At the same time, we never did really beg for nothing, but we give thanks for everything, you see me? Because, what I mean, everything counts in a them situation, because, with their Jamaican, the care is limited. The hospital, them overwork, understaff. You feel me? Everything is a fight. Everything is money in a Jamrock, and Jamrock is very peculiar and dangerous. Sometimes you not have to be in a things, you just their own elements or you just their own a situation. You feel me? At the same football match me did I watch go on football match. But now
Yeah.
I say we are still how we innocent. You feel me? Everybody have them bones in them closet. Everybody do things. Everybody, no man is perfect. From you walk jalan. You just have to know the road that chad and just believe in that God and just know say. You know what I mean? If me did that part of a person, he wouldn't save me. Me see man get two run in a bush, swell up and pop. Feel me? Me get
Yeah.
seven and take bring myself to one part where me can get help. Push out my finger in it and stop the blood from bleeding. Go through all the trauma. Sometimes I not even want to really elaborate about the
Yeah, man, yeah,
situation
but
because I
you know, if
think
we're gonna
you
further, my brother, man, no
yeah.
pressure yourself, man. I'm say, I'm just you want to come on for people know say a real thing because me try for always, who me sell myself as, I just me that, you know. So,
Yeah,
me just link me
I
up,
mean,
and just try find somebody who me can get in touch with, and me try get it to them instant today because I can do it from a
yeah,
computer as well.
and you have if you have Zelle or MoneyGram or them
No,
thing there,
me not have them something there, me not have them something there, you know. But me can just
Well,
type it. Me can find the next. Me got to show you next way. Me can do it. But it's similar to MoneyGram and them stuff there. But me the Zelle thing the work at Belgium.
okay,
Zelle and the
but it's
fool,
money
the other things. What they call? What the next something them name? Jason. What they call the next something?
Cash App or
Cash
Zelle
up. Them
or
something they no work. Me not, Belgium not have them something.
no,
Yeah,
America alone have them something there.
Cash App, Zelle,
but
Venmo,
Western Union or MoneyGram.
Yeah, like MoneyGram, me can do something like that from my phone, from my computer, and it send it to one of the bank and stuff. So me just say, get somebody where can mobile and go get it. You get me them name, I'm
No,
just write up everything and make you get it. All right?
they didn't give it to me, mom. They just give it to me. Oh, for tidy if them just give it the water.
Bossy. So me will link
Yes.
up with you, yeah? Me will link up. Take your time, man. Just do the thing.
No. Alright, JD, me want just bless up the whole of your audience. Everybody that
Yeah,
on the
man.
live, me want bless them up. I'm
All
want
right.
give a shout out to Pagan because you know say me see a deal without a good issue for me. I
Yeah.
want big up everybody else who deal with it too. I want big up the whole community because you know say we's a diehard and hardcore reggae boy listener. Yeah.
All
So
right. So
we have to
just
give thanks to
all right.
everyone.
No
I'm blessed up.
no pressure yourself though, man. Come here, some people in there and stuff there. So take your time and we link up
Yeah.
here.
Alright.
All right. All right. So people, as I hear, if you have anything, we still maybe need like $80 more to reach the 200. So if you have anything, you just donate it to this link that's pinned at the top. All right. Yes. And Pagan, bless up again. Yes, he say do a good work. Yes, Zoom float management. Yes, Zoom me can use. A Zoom me that say me I go use and send it. So Zoom me that use and send it float management. All right. Yes, so let we move on. Yeah, man, come here like people are coming in the room and stuff there, and me not really want doctor information and stuff there come out, and you know because we just try to do a help, we just help out a situation. We don't really want to get involved in certain things, you know. Yes, and him have him personal information and stuff. You don't want him something to come out and them stuff there, you know. Yes, so if you feel like you just want help out, you help out. So let me get Tennessee in the building. Tennessee, go ahead, big boss.
Yes, ready.
Yeah, man. What about big boss? What go on? What go
Yeah,
on?
man. Bless,
Which?
bless up yourself, man. Today I'm gonna go easy. Morning to Jason and Pastor and them. But a pastor really come from today. Me love Pastor and them, me a Pastor Virgin. But why Pastor always turn back everything to the JV?
Okay.
Because he was going on. He might take a local squad.
Just stop guilty of
I don't
wrongs.
know if Pastor I overthink the thing. But me don't think the local squad is like have nothing to do with the Nation League squad. And Pastor said the coach guy England go talk to players. Why we need to know who the players the coach talk to? You understand? Me think of that the coach and no food. The coach have a job to protect. So if a coach want to make a fool of himself and select people when they're ready for the thing and they lose, then we can turn against it. But me know, for a fact, say coach and you understand? And the coach having job to protect. So I think he's going to get the best people available to put in IT when it come on to the Nations League. So I think sometimes we just overdo it more time. You understand?
But Tennessee, one more I ask you, because I kind of figure out why Pastor keep on be so strong, you know. Is it because should the coach come out and say Dixon's a born goal scorer and then the hype, everybody I try to do the same hype, like maybe the whisper hype, or maybe I get past half I'm Rakas.
But
I try to look at something.
But David, suppose somebody asks you a specific question. See, are you a coach? You know, if you answer a question, you're not going to say nothing bad about the player.
Yes, agreed.
You have to answer a question, and if you want to coach and they ask you the same question, you would have to say something. Well, because you know, people ask about him because you know people at Jamaica team. Right now, in my next big Ronaldinho. That's starting to people at Jamaica. So they're going to ask him a question. So maybe I'm going to answer it to fit them like it.
Yes.
That means the same I put the youth in the team. Yeah, you understand?
Yes,
I'm not really concerned about that. I'm not really concerned, but because me know, well, you see, we don't know it personally. But he might not fool. You see me I say?
Yeah, man, a good point you brought up there. That's why I'm asking, you know, because me think say Pastor just get upset because him realize say the in thing now and feel like say and because remember, you know, guys, everybody love the national team, you know, but everybody see it a different way to reach to the success. So maybe Pastor maybe think this is a reoccurring thing of every time you have a local guy that show any level of promise, them just make up a story for put him in a national team, for see if them can boost him, for sell him. Because me I check over the last 20 years, you know. And you know, so over the last 20 years I do the same thing. Like every single time a player have some knowledge of something, I show some glimpse of something, I saw it end up go. You know? So when one says Pastor, this is not the coach doing. This is something of Jamaica's doing from day one, Pastor, because this thing has been in for a long time. All right? Yes. So it's not the new coaches them coming in. Yeah, this is just how we are. And also for sell things as well. So whisper, amassed all the crowd, so people don't want the stadium full. So that is the next way to, because remember JFF short of money. So if you feel like say that I got promote, them are always do it because you have to, even though you don't want it. Remember, it's seven players when they have nothing for offer to the team, you know. The people they want in the team first, you know. Say if that one spot, them are going to give to a player just to make the national stadium full. Them feel like it's worth it because the next spots them are going to actually fill it with people who can get the job done. You know? That's what me think sometimes them I think say them still do better than the seven where if you leave Jamaica and Jamaicans to pick the team, a 7 local man are going to be night where them not reach on the level. At that them do want. At that parlor it sign up for. So what we come to nowadays, it's still better than where we were before. Me still agree with, you know. Not one damn spot for be available to nobody, you know. But me can understand where them are coming from, alright?
Okay.
Shon Bernard says every national team have a local squad. Nothing is wrong with it. I don't think you listen to what he said because that he made an argue upon. I think it's a continuation. So you have to watch our shows in their entirety to know what he was arguing on. I don't even think it was a local squad argument because no one was arguing on the local squad. I was saying I started the conversation, so me now put past in a problem. I started the conversation through the coach had said that he has so much players to go through. He doesn't know if he has the time to do so. So what he would have done is to do a rotation of players to see them. So because I saw people that was on the last listing, I came up and said that I thought that I would have seen a new full roster. A new full roster. That's what the conversation is. And the story about every country have a local base team, it's not true. It is not true. Africa has their local base teams because they have local competitions outside FIFA window. But big teams, a lot of big countries don't have any local teams. because they have a different level of football. So, but he said, say every poorer nations and every poorer regions have a local team, but it's not every country have a local team. It's just because some teams are just some countries are so big, majority of their players came from the local side, but they have been developed in different countries. So it's not so the poor region, I would agree, but worldwide that is not accurate still. But I understand where you're coming from, and I never had a problem with this. I support this, what they are doing, because I think that this is a solution to show at least some local players. So at least the people in the country, because this is what you don't know, Shon Base. You have people in the country that don't want what we are doing now. So I think this is the actual reason to solve things. So when they give them this now, they can get to see them against Trinidad and Tobago, and other countries, so they can properly evaluate them. You understand? They can properly evaluate them. So I want this, because this is a solution. If we had brought this in from 1998, maybe we wouldn't have so much infighting. Because once you have the data to prove that, okay, these guys play against Trinidad, they can't beat Trinidad, so how are they going to beat America? Then we can showcase what they are saying is not accurate, and then we can get going with the main team. You understand me, Shon Base? So that's where I wanted it to happen from a long time, and not just this year. This should happen from 1998 when we had the problems. I know everyone would agree with me in the chat. This would have been the solution from 1998 when we started to cross over with more people outside Jamaica. Continue, Pastor, and continue, Tennessee. Sorry to take up your time. I just wanted to make sure we clear up that for people that just came in. Go ahead, Tennessee, then Pastor can come in. Yeah, man. Go ahead. But me just clear up the point, so people just come in can follow the story, you know. But I agree with you as well. I agree with you. Pastor, I don't know.
Yeah. I want me think a pastor could have kick out the call.
A pastor kick out the call? I have more respect for you. Listening to you and waiting on
me. Me not really concerned about it. Because I think the coach know him. Yeah, you understand? And sometimes, you know, Jamaica, I'm going to ask someone a specific question and answer. Because if you answer any other way, people will start make up them face.
Yes.
Because for the man kick a ball straight in the man income, he might run out. You see me I say?
Yes.
So,
and
you know people them see.
Tennessee, you have a real talk, Tennessee. You know why? Because look, when the last coach answer slightly not bad, you know, about no Jamaican player, you know, the man just said them not good enough to do the job, and me I forget statistical proof for the job, which was John Wall. Everybody said they like him the next week. Where a white racist man I come from and all sort of stuff. Okay. So me understand where you have a valid point right there, and I don't think the pastor will always try argue things, you know, because him thinks him have all words, you know. But I don't think the pastor can argue that point, because them did it the last time, and the man them diss him, everybody beat him, and I use it to sell so nobody like the local guys them, you know. So go ahead, because
because you have to be diplomatic towards certain people. In case you know, then turn off for the other player and then turn for this player because I greatest thing since sliced bread. But when me I say, even youth have potential, but when you look for the youth really, really small. You understand?
Yeah, man.
In physique, really, 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 really small. So, me not say you have potential, but I'm not thinking ready for that level of football. I mean, me don't know the coach. Because I can't say me know the coach, because maybe the coach can select him, I don't know. But me think the coach have a job to protect, and me think he must select the best people available.
So when me ask you know, Tennessee, when me ask you know, because what the squad tells me, you know, remember he said that he's coming up close to make a decision to get a game, you know, for Trinidad. So him pick a few squads before, you know. So what are you telling me, that him not impressed with more guys for go back for the older guys then? Because that's the question we have to ask now, you know, because are the older guys then on the list now, you know. And him already see them guys here, you know. So you have to tell me said more guys not impress him in the country?
And that, well, JD, I can make sense of squad, and I do it more make sense of, because I think sometimes maybe not even him pick the squad. See? Then give him a certain amount of player and then look for the player then and maybe impress with who he impressed with. You understand? Because then him a look maybe on the overall thing and I watch all of the game and I see all of the player. So maybe you have a man there in a country, him have more knowledge of a player, so him give the coach. They were say I coach select his squad, but we know say maybe and him select that squad. See? So because you have another man who will live inside of Jamaica. So maybe him do the scouting, him select the player then, and his coach. All right, say you get a bunch of players, see? You only can pick from where you see. See? So maybe you have to just go with where you have right there. So you can maybe not impress with none of the player them to reach up to a certain level, you know, but what you have in front of you, so you have to just work with it. That's what I say? So me believe, me not really concerned about this squad. Me don't know, for some reason, me not concerned about it.
Okay.
You understand? I mean, if the coach see one player and you want to bring him, me can complain with that because Phillips me nice squad too. And Phillips, not the minute at the time. Yeah, because if you notice, Phillips not always like senior squad. So
yeah, but he had said that the reason why I asked that question, guys, just listen to the conversation. You know? Nobody arguing. We are just reasoning out something to see if he came to his conclusion. We listen to what people says, you know, and that's what we are. The guy that said that he saw Phillips them before. That's why he never put them in the team. He went for other persons. So when he goes back for Phillips now, that means he saw everyone in Phillips' position, and he's still up with Phillips. That's what it's saying. You get me? So that's why we think that the question is rightfully needed to ask. You get me? So please, I don't know if people, I don't know why they think we argue, but nobody arguing.
And to me, JD, if a coach see somebody where him think in a film mind can do a job, I don't know. I don't can go off because remember now, he must say I play them not training.
Yes.
And I feel job you have to protect. If he go at the place and he lose, and I'm going to lose my job.
All right.
You see me I say?
Yeah.
So right now, we cannot trust him to make the right decision because remember, you know, him having job to protect. You understand? And him know the kind of visual we will face if certain thing reach him. So me just feel like him will select the squad where him feel like can give him the best chance to win the match against US. Well, whether win or whatsoever, I'm not sure if we can win the match. But, you know,
yeah, but we never talk about US. We are talking about the Trinidad game coming up because that game is supposed to be before the US game. Like
because I remember Trinidad I use a local base squad too.
Yeah, man, Trinidad not gonna use the full squad. You know that not make no sense. They're not gonna use the. But they might pick a few players out of them that game. You know, go in at the main squad as well. You know.
Well, they have to because most of
them not have that luxury like we.
Most of the squad where they select, most of them play they still in it. So even though they might select a local squad, maybe more closer to fit the main squad than where we would have select him and select. Because remember, you know, Trinidad only have a few players where maybe guys will play in Greece and some of them will play in the USL and the thing and Canadian League. But most of them players are home-based players. So me just feel like, to me, the coach have to get the people in what they want because people are called fit, so you have to get them what they want. Because people are that say they want a local base squad. See? Not me, but people say. So maybe the coach have to do what they want. Not saying I'm going to get them player in a main team, but you have to please the people and start to all them want things that Jamaica.
And it's an opportunity, Big Boss, it's an opportunity. So if one of them turn up like my boy, if all right, for instance, if this kid, let we use Kaim Dixon. This is an example. If he gets to the Trinidad game and score an hat-trick and looks like he's good enough, Trinidad is actually playing in this competition, you know. So now you're short of a striker and a winger coming into the next game. You're going to say, all right, then if I can't, Mikel Antonio is not ready. Jamal Lowe is injured. So now it gone down to Romario Williams, Cephas.
And the guy from Italy, where he was playing.
And Stuart it go down to. And then maybe you're going to add my boy there from Cole, Devante Cole, and then Cadamarteri would have gone on the list. Cadamarteri would have gone on the list as well. So If he does that, obviously he has to be in the pool.
Yeah,
Even someone does consider him because
yeah,
clearly he's a striker and maybe he's not at the level, but he would have to be considered. So I do believe that the local squad thing is a good thing. I've said it should have
yeah,
been
yeah, it's a good
installed from
thing.
1998. I
Mm-hmm,
wanted it from
mm-hmm. No, no.
1998. Yes.
Because at least a man can say, then I get the opportunity to make the team. Because you give them the opportunity, so they have to make use of the opportunity where you give them. You understand? Because
Hmm.
just like what you say, if you got Trinidad and you can't do nothing against Trinidad, that means oh you're gonna make it the bigger team. You
Okay.
understand?
Are you
And
are you hearing me,
nothing wrong with
Kasey?
and
Uh,
nothing wrong with
so,
competition.
so, so
If
pretty much we should wait until the Trinidad game plays. Then you can evaluate. You can evaluate.
I think
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I think
Agreed.
who do
Agreed.
it
Tennessee. Agreed. Agreed. Agreed.
who do
Tennessee.
it. You understand? Yeah man, I big up on yourself, man. I big up part to make matter know say I just reason your reason.
All right. So go ahead, Pastor. But the problem is that before you pass, there go people. We are not arguing, and we never have any problem with the squad. It's what the coach had said because we listen to people when they do talk, and what he had said at the time, it kind of make you ask questions if he came to his final conclusion before this games before the new game coming up, which is the friendly, which is Trinidad. You understand me? Because we are seeing the same players them because we wanted to hear about the other guys them that's performing in the JPL. So if other persons in that position, you in the chat now saying, but hold on there, my boy they under the best in the position. Me see Harry Palmer play so good, so why Harry Palmer get a look in none at all? That's the kind of conversation I wanted to draw, rather than anything else. So we never fight against what the coach doing or nothing. We're happy with what the coach doing because this is what we wanted. This is a solution to a lot of things. Go ahead, Pastor. I just had to clear up that because I saw people writing things and I don't think they have actually followed this.
I
Yeah, go
want to
ahead, Pastor.
start
Yeah.
from
No,
one
Pastor, you're not start. You're
same
going to make a
point.
short
No, 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 no,
statement around
no.
2 minutes. You can't go 5 minutes,
I
Pastor, because I did that
hold on,
war.
no.
Send the war go down the road. Yes,
JD,
I'm going to come back to the
one
donation and
same
people. Don't worry
point,
yourself. I'm trying to make sure Pastor organized himself. All right? Yes.
one same point that you made, and three things that Tennessee keep repeating. The reason I made my opening statement the way I did is because of the same 2 decade of behavior of the JFF administration. Your your title, your title is out of your title is out of the fact that the press conference that Grim spoke at, what he said, we clearly saw it in the last camp. But the squad that is put out leads to questions being asked. In this squad, Tennessee said the coach have him job to protect. The coach works or the coach is employed by the JFF. So the next salient point to Tennessee make is that the coach has to do the requests of the JFF. There was nothing wrong with the coach's statement when he responded to the question asked about the particular player. I don't have a problem with how he answered. I believe he answered truthfully. So I don't have a problem with that or that player either. What is alarming to me is that the technical committee chairman said of the goalkeeper, White, the reason he continued to be in the national senior team is that the JFF had invested so much in him. Yes. I'm not nitpicking. No.
Jaden White has
JD. Look,
Jaden. Listen, let me answer. Jaden White has, I think, 9 consecutive clean sheets, right? For those who don't know, right? So let me just make what Pastor the squad right now. I don't want to cut your point too much, but a lot of people don't know that compared to when Tapper Whitmore was there, Hallgrimsson actually goes to matches. People that are on the ground seeing he's there. I can tell you this as a fact. Hallgrimsson has gone to more JPL matches than Theodore Whitmore at the same time.
No man, people me just say a cuss pastor because me da ask the people them say, because pastor gone back on a 2-year story of JD White. You understand me? But me just say, me ask them how JD White perform just to make pastor say this was not biasly because them invested in a JD White. Maybe Mark Sheller do something. So pastor for just ask first before him jump on them stories there.
leader just said actually put body and strength to where I'm going. Watch this. King just come back from Iceland and him in the cup. King was said to be better than Ethan Pinnock.
Okay.
You go down the list. Hold on. You go down the list of players returned for this squad. And remember, we're balancing this squad with what Grim had said prior to the previous squad.
Okay.
And that is why I said I am reserving judgment. I'm just highlighting my concern, but reserving judgment until there's some kind of press conference where Grim would speak again. This squad is prepared, I believe. It is called up the way with the players it has been called up with, because we are going to Trinidad for 2 games, and the coach goes back to, or it has, I don't want to say he was influenced to go back to, because I'm waiting on the press conference for that. The coach goes back to players he had seen before. Probably he heard the same caption from the interview that the Trinidad coach did, that Trinidad team is being assembled to beat Jamaica, no matter which team we are carrying out Trinidad. Trinidad not planning to lose none of the game them in Trinidad because they want to.
But pastor, maybe that's why the coach, maybe that's why the coach change over him team. Even maybe him have an extra of people where he would have liked to pick, but maybe he's getting closer to that time to announce the games. So him say, all right, then I'm gonna just pick the best team I'm have.
Exactly what I am saying, JD. Exactly what I am saying. But what you are not seeing that I am saying is, my concern would be if the coach is doing it, or if it is the motive that we have consistently seen from the administrator. And that's why I'm going to repeat myself in saying, even though I'm highlighting these concerns, I'm reserving any kind of a judgment until there is the press conference where the coach will speak, because I don't want to be accusing the coach of anything. It's just that I'm seeing enough to be wary because of the practice that the JFF has continued to show us.
All right.
So it's not that I'm beating the coach on anything.
Unfair. Before we let in leader, Tyrone Williams donated $20 more to the cause. Guys, you have a pin link there. I think we gone down to $70 more to achieve the thing that we said we wanted. We're trying to reach $200 to help the guy that got shot up. He came on our channel several times, so that's why. All right, yes. But if you don't have to, you don't have to. All right, yes. So that's us for people there. So Tyrone Williams, big up yourself. Go ahead, leader. Balakar, you have to come in on this card here, please. May I go drop the link here that's coming here? Yeah, because me not be connected. So may I drop it, yeah. Alright, so that is Balakar. Go ahead, leader. I know you don't have any time. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. No, okay. Was as alluded to before, was that Hallgrimsson has basically actually attended more matches than when Coach Whitmore was actually in charge. I can tell you that because people see him. A lot of people might not know, but he's there. So one of the things is that if you notice, he basically, once he looks in, I think what he does is he carries in some players. If some are not at the standard that he wants, he just doesn't call them back. So sometimes he calls back in, and he also calls in players that might be on top form, because Jaden White had dropped off, and he has had, as I said, almost, I think, 8 to 9 consecutive clean sheets. And his last game against Waterhouse, he saved a penalty, and there was a point blank goal chance that he saved. He has been doing well. He needs to lose some weight. He's not up to the standard, but as I suppose he deserved a look-in base off of the stats. So, we're seeing that there. And we see a couple of the players from the under 20 getting a look in there also.
Nice. Which, and you agree with that, right? You agree with that? Because Ainsworth fully deserves it.
Yeah, Ainsworth is there. I think that the two of them had captained in the last 2 matches. One had captained versus the club
Reid
team, and one
as well. Yeah.
Right. So and they are two of the more experienced players in the JPL also. So, and they did do fairly well. I think they did well against in the Trinidad tour. But the thing that I'm just pointing out is that you have to look at what the coach does know what he wants. So he looks at players, and then he discards players. So don't expect, by the way, that when the team is being named for Trinidad, it's going to be entirely local. I'd highly doubt that. The coach has never done that yet. He has always mixed the teams with some players from yourself.
So you, if it's a local camp, how would you feel if you're a local player? And then he said it's a local camp, but when he's going for the competition, he's going to mix the team. You don't think
He has always done that. He has always done it.
Yeah, but that seems like it's more of about you want to keep the results going as well too. It's not about development.
But Pastor mentioned it because he's looking about his job also. He's not going to go in there with a fully, if he finds 6, whatever, how many, but he's going to bring in other players who he knows he can get at the time, because there are some players from the USL or MLS because they might not be in full thing that you can get them. So he'll bring them in, and they might have other. That's something that he has always done. Think about it. That's what every time.
I agree with him that it will make the team strong. It will make the team stronger. But because you said it's a local camp, I expect you to give all of them an opportunity. Every damn one of them an opportunity to put them on the field.
When they come.
In training, that's mean because if you pick 6 man from yourself. Yeah, but if you can pick 6 man in yourself, no, you know where me come from, Big Boss? Because I don't want nobody have the excuse to them never getting a chance.
The man has to look about his job. So if he's not going to go out there and then pick 20 players from the JPL, if he knows that the 20 are not up to the standard, he's going to pick the best, whichever number he feels that, okay, if it's 6, if it's 5.
But you see where me come from. You see where me come from, guys. Guys, me not saying for the speak 24 or 20 JPL money. I'm just saying, if you make them a train and then 10 man from the USL end up now available, and they put the 10 man from the USL, it will go sell the narrative as to what the man ask how much of a chance these guys are going to get, because this should be the local chance overall, and then now it will go be dominated by the man from the USL.
A chance to do what exactly we're talking about?
To see as much local as possible, because that's what I think they say.
They get the chance in training.
Okay.
Chance in training.
Okay.
After that, no, it's like you do the mock exam first. If you don't do the mock exam, you can't do the main exam.
Okay. So
they get the mock test first. That's why you see some people are not called back to this camp. Whoever, you understand? So whoever failed that one, you're not going to see them back. So you wouldn't expect to even see them in the mix when Trinidad thing comes around. So he's going to do his little rotation and then go from there. But at no time have I ever seen Hallgrimsson go with a straight local squad for any game. If you think when we played Trinidad last year here,
that was different because we have Hutchinson and those guys at the time. We had Hutchinson and those guys at the time.
But he brought them in specifically for that also. Right?
Okay, so people inside the chat. One second, Leigh. So people inside the chat, you couldn't see where I'm coming from, because I agree with Leader. I agree with Leader that the best available players at any time, those are the ones should be selected for any event. I agree with that, but you could see where people people are complaining about the local guys are not getting a chance. The local mean not locally born, but who is inside the local, because them just want to see a team with all locals for them can say at least 50 man get a chance in a 2 games. You know, so at least them can say 50 local get a chance. Maybe they're never good enough. But when they put 10 at the other man, them were born in Jamaica, but them in the USL, it seems like you only they make the man them train for 6 months straight, and then you give 10 man a chance in one of the games them. You get me? So it could have come like say you still a look down on them because of that's the narrative them are going to sell in the country. You understand me? Because of that them always a say.
No, only the best. The narrative is that you have to be the best available. So you can't go straight USL because not everybody that play in the USL is going to be definitely better than who is actually here either. So you have to look at that. So it's just basically the best mix of who is available. You understand?
Okay, all right. So
the best mix of who is available. You will have guys from USS/MLS who you'll be able to get for that time.
Okay,
you know, because they're not
so this argument now done then. So me the thing say that the solution, well, this is not the solution then, because once a few of them I get picked, believe me, it's gonna continue. The problem gonna continue because me I tell you say the amount of people not getting picked in a game times, that's the problem for them. Me I tell them, me listen to them good, and that them want to see a bunch of man on the field, even for them games, they just want to see all them where them can resonate to, who them seen at the JPL, them want to see on them games, yeah. You know, so when we go take out my boy, them, your boy, them, we play under 20s and bring them back, and then all of the USL man them. I'm going to say a style them because most of them people in Jamaica don't even know the USL man them. And them are Jamaican born, you know.
Depending on, I'm not sure exactly the date for the trainer, but I don't get the idea that the under 20 players are going to be able to go in that. Because remember, you know, their thing starts in, I think, roughly another 2 weeks, you know. Right?
Yes. Roughly, so they are going to be out
roughly another 2 weeks. So, but they're probably there for experience because I know that a couple of them were recommended. Or at least 3 of them I know that were recommended from the under 20.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
so I think it's only 2 that are actually there because the coach chose from the 3 that were recommended.
So leader, I never want to show up on the spot, you know, but I have a next topic which this should have carried us through the show. So guys, smash the like button, share, and subscribe. I have gotten some strong reports that in this team the quota will be enforced, and because of that, they have to select some man with them on the team and left at other good players, because information came out that people getting considered to be left, and they were one of the better players in the actual qualifiers in the 2 games, the friendly games, them 3 friendly games. What you made of that then, if that's the case? Or you don't want to answer that, because I never wanted to put you up on the spot, you know, but it's something that I would have discussed.
Which team? Hold on, which team are you talking about?
The U20s team coming up.
U20s?
Yes.
How many overseas players were in that?
No, but listen to me now. They said players will be left out because other Jamaican players have to get fitted in, and they are not going to take out the other guys them that was Jamaicans as well in the team.
Well, what I can say, I know the coach went for his best available also at the time. As far as I don't know about that, but I don't think so, because I think we had about.
I can pull up the list. I'm going to pull up the list for you. 1 second. Let me get it up.
Almost half of them are overseas based. You know?
Yes. That's why we break it down. That's why I'm going to break it down and say what I've heard that some of the guys, see, Ian Campbell come and say Kyron Arsley Mackey was the best player on display in Trinidad and Tobago U20s. Well, we have heard that maybe E would be one of them getting dropped because straight up they said Blake has to be in the team.
No, getting dropped for what?
For the main selection.
No, he wouldn't get dropped. You're crazy.
Well, listen to me now, Big Boss. Big Boss, people, me no come and make up stories, you know. Somebody say ask you if that is if the quota in force. Because of that, them actually said to me. Okay.
Those are
so people leaders say nothing no go so. Him not gonna get no job from the team. So you see when because based on performance, he was one of them that was the better ones. But based on I've heard the stories, let me explain and they can answer leader. Based on I've heard the story is like Blake never have to come back in, and it's a limited amount of players the man can pick as to what them say. without giving with giving an explanation. You get me? So clearly, maybe he's gonna be one outside the 7. You get me? For this one. And I don't think we have 7 players better than him. May I tell you the honest truth? That was included in the overseas. So I still believe that he should be included, even if they are gonna use only 7. Yes, go ahead, Leigh. I just wanted to make sure people know what I've heard and what the information people presented to me. So I want to just put it out.
My opinion here now, right? Just simply look at the team for the last 2 matches. The starting team for the last 2 matches. That's the first thing I tell you to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the starting team for those last 2 matches.
Leader, your volume gone way down, big boss. Way down.
Hold on there.
I don't look like you got a call. Yeah, man, it's loud. It's loud. We are here very well now. Go ahead, big boss.
Okay, now. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, what I was telling you now, just look at the team for the last 2 matches. Right? Okay? Right, the last 2 matches. Look at those squads. Right? Those 11s for the last 2 matches. And what I would do is tick off all those names first.
Yes.
Okay. And then look at maybe the 3 or so first people that came on, and I would add that. That would give you about 14 or 15 players, depending on how much it was. And then now you have, I think there's actually room there for probably 5 more.
Okay.
That's just my take on it. Because look at it this way now, you know. If they're going to bring in Blake, they're not going to bring in Blake for Mackay. I don't say that. That's
because it don't seem righteous to me. It does seems like that's why I said the quota. It has to be the quota because what other reason he would make it, you know?
Okay, hold on. Let me make it simple. When I tell you to look at the matches,
but Ian, hold on, Ian. Nobody never say Arsley is not better than Romy and Blake. Ian, we just try sort it out and leader give you more information to say him not think that without continue leader.
Okay. The next thing you have to look at too, right, is that when they're going into that aspect, there were players that were from, if you look at the first match then, there were overseas, mainly overseas and local players that they didn't know. The coach didn't know. I think that's what I noticed. That's what he had played in that one. Then after that, he filtered it, and then he did for the next 2, he played, you look at who he chose. So there are players that were maybe not up to scratch, that he would basically, you can see and deduce from that who you expect to get cut. I could basically tell you 2 of the players basically that I expect to get cut because.
Oh, nobody tell them 2 players then, leader. Yeah, always coming.
No, I'm just telling you. It's basic. The third string goalkeeper was never used.
Okay, so you don't think he's gonna make it none at all?
If they go all the way to Trinidad and they played 3 matches and they never used him at all, what you think?
So the goalkeeper will be off.
I think he'll be off. Then there's this other player that he plays for Heidel and Cavalier. He wasn't used either. So I think that's 2 spaces gone already. Okay, so I just helping out right there.
You chop off that plus the 6 extra spaces. So you think that 8 spaces will be available?
Look at it there. No, it's actually 20 that they have to carry.
Yes.
So when you take off those 2, you're down to 20 now, right? Because there's 1 name on the list that did not go at all. The center half, Ayer Dixon, never went. He was never there.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So once you take those out, you're down to 20. So then after that, you just look at the playing time allocated to the rest of them, and you can basically do your maths from there and say who had basically performed and who had not.
So leader, you're saying that none of those things will happen because enough spaces are there for all of the players them that we know now, because Cadamarteri will not be available. Clearly, you see that already. So those spots are going to be free. Yes, those spots are going to be. So you're telling the people them say everybody of quality can fit in this 21 team because everybody else now can't make it. We can make it. We are quality.
There's some that that might not get released as
but we take them off. We know those players, but
right.
out of
those
we are trying to put you in our box, leader for your answer straight, No, so everybody
Blake should be because, as I said, I don't imagine that he'd be in an active thing. So at that stage, he should be available. So he should be in. We don't know
Oh,
about the rest, who is going to be there, if they're going to be able to negotiate with the club and say, look here, we could call them for the international window, but we won't, so give them to us for this. I don't know what type of negotiations can be made, but
okay.
just knowing how the thing goes, it just depends on the negotiation, because some clubs will say, oh, hold on, this is an official tournament, it's an international tournament, let's send these guys from the under 21 and let them go and participate there. It might help them a bit and so on. You understand? So
Mm-hmm.
that could happen, right? 'Cause I think that was one of the things how we got some of the guys last year when we got the guys to come and play against Trinidad. I think that would have been part of the negotiation.
Yeah, but all of
Right?
those
So
people are playing professional football now, so that can't even happen again. You
yes, I
realize
know.
that?
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm just saying. So those that would have been in academies, it's easier to get the academy players than to get the full pro. The full pro, you're going to have to wait till June. Right? So people might expect to see Whisper. I doubt we're going to see Whisper. Okay?
Well,
We're not
it
going to
should
get to
be.
see them
I
until
think.
June.
I think you could be seeing him more than anybody else because he's not playing, and the other guys them are playing. So
Well,
he
you
would
see,
be more
so
available than the other ones. Them, to be honest.
right. So maybe negotiate and they say, yeah, man, he's not playing, so we send him. So it just depends on the negotiation.
Okay.
But
Okay.
just look, as I said, at the starting 11 for both the last two matches, and then probably the first choice players that came on, and you can do your maths. It's a
Okay. Okay.
basic about 15 there that you would know that can tick off from that. That's all.
Oh, but as I'm saying, leader, the reason why I have asked you like that, because now me can call the people and say, yo, leader say nothing like that I got me, So, because obviously
In my
most
opinion,
information them get,
in my opinion, no, this is my opinion.
Okay.
So it's an
Okay.
information. It's in my opinion, but it's basic common sense that, because you have to remember too, is that you can't take no chances, even though it's one of the lesser part. You don't take no chances at this stage. You understand? You make sure to go through, because only the winner goes through.
Yes, we know that. We know that.
Mhm. So you don't, and you're playing away. You don't take no chances, yeah.
All right. So for people, remember we brought up the conversation, So if we don't see the player, we're gonna call back leader and ask him what happened, So because we heard it and it seems like it had come from him getting information, say at that the situation,
Mm.
And
By
based
the
on
way,
what we
listen.
saw, he was one of the more players them that the normal public would have said he's more impressive because that's what people said. That's why I brought it up. But go ahead, leader.
What you should say, JD.
And then Jason, I saw that Jason tried to come in.
Right.
Same coming after. But
Yeah,
leader,
man.
go ahead.
Yeah, man. After I finish, I'm gone still. But let me just tell you, just look at, if you're going to say a player being out, just basically look at their performance. As I said, the marker would have been that, right? So if it was whether local or overseas and they didn't do well in that, I wouldn't expect to see them coming back. So it was a basic thing, because what the coach did, the coach is doing his job. He's doing his thing to win. So he knows what he is doing, right? He's not going to be giving nobody any favors like that.
All right.
Put himself
But
under pressure.
but leader, your marker would have meant that this player would be in it.
No, he's definitely no. Look here. There's no way he's going to go, because what the thing that I've said, I read the quote, listen, and it makes sense. Listen now, JD. If you are carrying over that amount, you have to justify, meaning that to say, okay, this player is a starter. This player will be able to start. Because when you're going to be basically carrying in a youngster and him not going to start, because I saw in the under 17s, I remember you had some guys coming and they were hardly used. And I think that is the issue that they would have, that to say, hold on, why are you carrying this player? And they basically only, for the entire tournament at 3 matches, they play 50 minutes total. It makes no real sense. You understand?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So and that is basic sense. But if you're going to carry them now, and this is a top player from, say, Liverpool, right? That is what they say, justify being there, not just as somebody coming from a mom and pop academy that really like JD's academy, right?
Yeah.
That nobody has ever heard of, and they say, well, hold on, the youngster don't play in this night league in Belgium at the 8th division. You understand? So
yeah, facts.
When you see that come up there now, you have to question and say, hold on there, this don't really make much sense. And I can tell you, they were players like that. I won't say which one of the teams that got in there and they weren't up to it. And everybody saw it when they went on the field. Both
Okay, all
local
right.
and overseas, by the way. Both local and overseas.
All
So,
right,
leader,
fair enough. Go ahead.
Not in the
Go
current
ahead.
one, you know, in past squads.
Yes, I know. But Jason must want to ask you a question before you run. Go ahead, Jason.
yeah, I just did want to ask you about that last point where you just make. Is that something that you think, now that it has happened, can't happen again? Like, do we see how it happened and can we prevent it from happening in the future?
Don't make no school coaches be in charge of teams.
Okay.
That's
So
the
you're
first thing.
fully supporting Januar's
Some of
ability
my
to
friend them going
stand
vex too.
strong. Huh?
Some of my friend them going vex, but it's hard to. Let me tell you. You see, the bias is that when you have the school coaches in charge, they're
Mm-hmm.
going to want to probably carry one of their players, whether they earn the spot or not. And sometimes that one player that they carry might very well be the one that takes down the entire Jamaica team. I've seen it. I won't tell you which team, but I've seen it. Well, I've seen it in two of them, under 20 and under 17. The coach having a preference for a certain player, and the one player being pushed that much on the field actually makes the team underperform. I've seen it personally.
Okay. I can't disagree with you right there because I've seen it at all levels. All levels when a local coach have a team, they decide that they have to bring a player, and they're telling you how good their player is. You know, even when they know that their players have not played any level of football whatsoever. So, but leader, what we would have brought back to you then, a man can only select from what he knows. So if the man know, the man not tell you which player him think good, him not business about who come from where you him not go pick from where you yes, so me see a man come and say, yo, Aritam are the best player. Him not go pick it. I have no problem with him picking players. Because why you give him the job in the first place? If you know that this man never trained at the highest level.
Yeah, just same way we can see somebody coming from JD's academy playing in the 8th Division 9th League in Belgium, but you see him and he does very well at that. So and you are the person to so you say, okay, boy, I'm going to take this youth from JD's 9th Academy at the 8th Division, you know, in some parochial league and play him because you feel that he's probably the best at that level. But what we have to always do is just be honest and just pick the best, and that's it. And I don't think we have a problem.
And you fully believe that Mr. Wall is doing that right now, right?
It's obvious.
All right, nice.
It's
That's
obvious.
all I want.
Just look at the teams, and you saw the progression with the three teams. This side, it was obvious. The first one, you could see that he was looking at players he obviously didn't know, because he saw mainly overseas plus some other players he wouldn't have known that much. And then after that, in the second match, you saw him bring a lot of the JPL pros mixed with the overseas, you know, better players and so on, and you saw the result, right? And a lot of people didn't even understand what that result meant, playing against that team from Trinidad. Everybody tried to water down the result.
Which one? What, the police result?
Yes, everybody kept saying, oh, it's the under 23. Here, the under is like you played, it's like you played against a Cavalier under 23 team. JD, I don't know if you understand. A Cavalier under 23 team is almost the same Cavalier starting team, you know.
We of course we don't watch football. We don't know the Cavalier team,
yes,
so we know that.
So I'm just telling you that police team is the same thing.
So you think all right then? So then we are gonna bring. You see, like how you're so confident, we are gonna bring the tough question to you then. So that means this team should be good enough to qualify through this group then.
I'm not a coach. I don't know.
so that means what you're saying then? Cavaliers team can't qualify through this group then?
No. Which Cavalier? No, we're not talking about Cavalier team.
Leader, listen to your word. You just say, look, because of Cavaliers and Police FC's team are close to under 23s, majority of their players that played are actually the main players. So I ask you, and you got a draw out of that. So that simple signify, and Cavaliers was doing good in Concacaf, which is a way bigger level than the U20s. So it simple means you are saying that this team is already good enough to beat the first stage. That's what you're saying technically, leader. Come on, man. We hear what you say every word, you know. You see, we get caught, leader.
No. Basically, saying that that the under 20s, because they did had such a good result against the Trinidad
Mm-hmm.
police side here, right?
Mm-hmm.
The fact of the matter is that they drew. They drew. The match was drawn. It was 0-0 and it was drawn. They didn't.
Mm-hmm.
They had chances. So I would say it's almost, but it needs some tinkering. If they
Okay.
won now, I would say do a little tinkering. I would say that mean if we do some tinkering with that same unit, we should be able to probably win. So
Oh.
I think, yeah, do a little tinkering. You're going to need a little reinforcements and little in certain things. Yeah. So that's basically what's going to happen anyway.
Okay, okay. No, we just want to
Yeah,
make
it's
sure how confident are you in he didn't say that, JD. He said playing police is like playing Cavaliers U23s. But Guru, I know what him saying because me and him talk. Exactly what me just say him a say. It was the age range. Guru, you see say things fly over on the head.
Basically-
I know-
But he was saying that even if you say it's an under 23, most of the players that would play for Cavalier on the weekend in the Premier League are under 23. So that's it's basically
That is exactly what I've just said, Jason. That is the exact word for word that I've just said.
But I don't
So
know-
I don't know
I
why
don't know
people
why
are trying to say
Football
that.
I don't know why Football Guru is saying he didn't say that.
Only
That's
can
what
pick
he
up for leader, so.
They-
Only can pick.
look
That
here.
him say. That him mean. Alright, if that him say, where you hear, that exactly mean. Him
Exactly that.
can't tell me.
The under-
So here, man, tell
Look
us
here.
that he mean.
The police youth team, the police team there, the commentators told you it's only 9. It's 9 of the regular starters were started the match. 9.
Alright,
So you understand, because it's and I checked with Simon. Simon told me that team is like the Cavalier of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah,
Okay,
what's
it's
his
mainly
name?
youth, so that's
The
the
right
thing.
back. The right back from Trinidad
they're-
team was playing. Alvin Jones was playing right back.
Okay, so I just showing you something. So listen now, hold on, let me just finish. So that team is actually 3rd in the Trinidad League right now. So it's not even one of the worst teams. It's a team that is 3rd, and it's a team that is basically a youth team. It's young. But so when you say so some people went out and say, oh, it's them under 23 team. Yeah, but look at it really. Their under 23 team is actually almost them starting team.
But that's why
so
my
that's why I
point was
equate it to
valid,
that.
leader. And that's why my point was valid, you know.
Yeah.
That means our team is more than better than what we first start then. You know, maybe there's some little tweaks, maybe adding a few places and more development as in the coaching system. That's what me that's
For the first stage. For the first stage.
Okay,
Or
for the
the
first,
first
fair enough. I like it. You know, people beat leader in the chat, but you know, him not say nothing bad. So for that story about the player not getting selected, we will wait and see. I'm not gonna make up too much noise on it. People send the information. They never sent me a paper that he got released, so I can't jump to conclusion. I am not going to. I will admit to say that he was one of the better players them on my eyeballs to the games them that I've seen. You know?
Look,
yes, that's
JD,
all I would say.
Why they don't talk about some other players that probably never play more than one match? Those them should mention.
I don't know. Maybe those
play,
leader. Maybe that was because it was their interest. So the player maybe connected through them, and then maybe get a bad reaction, and they are wondering why that is. So they just forward it to me and ask me if they ask questions.
I think that people just trying to make mischief and trying to come with that answer, because there were other players that, if you check it out, just basically played one match, the first match. Okay.
So the way I've handled it, you like the way I've handled it, that don't make it the highlight of the show, but just ask the question. You think that is the best way to do it, right?
Well, you can ask it, but it's just raw.
No, because I ask you because I never made it a big highlight. It's at the back of the show. So I'm saying the way I've dealt with it, it's not mischievous or anything, because I never had the conclusive evidence to say that this guy would be cut or something. So I couldn't come out and say that. You know, so I'm just asking for people to just produce a little more evidence, because if I have the platform, I have to be more responsible as to how I do things. You know, I can't just jump out and say, all I can say is, John, well, make sure you pick the team as quality as possible, you know? Yes, so in 2 weeks we will know. And I will wait. I'm not going to bring up this story, but I just heard it and I wanted to put it out there. So even if people that think they're going to make an error, them can just correct the errors them or make the exceptions. And because you guys said, if the guy have one player over the 7 and he's an exceptional player. And based on what we saw, he's a quality player. And if you want to bring in the other guys, in which Blake and those guys should be in the team, I want Blake in the team as well. So I don't know, you know.
What it says is that anybody want to carry in, you can carry in up to 10, 11. Just justify. So if you have
Yes,
say 20 players playing at Arsenal, Liverpool, so on, so with Jamaican passports in the particular things, that's what they're telling you. That's exactly, you must listen. Don't go and change the narrative. It just says justify it. So don't come with somebody from JD's 8th Division Night League. Okay? Come with somebody with substance, and you don't have a problem, because you understand. So that's what it means to justify. You know?
yes.
You don't carry somebody who
Inspections will be taken after the 7. After the 7, we are gonna investigate everything. No one will be on the list without getting investigation running. Like, for instance, we have to know your player, because maybe at the time when you're coming in, it's going to be too late and nobody can try you out. So it's a security measures basically. So if you're coming from a bigger club, more likely you will adapt to a system faster. Right. I think if that's what they're saying, I have no problem with it, you know?
And there were more than 7 named the other day, by the way. Yeah? You realize that?
Yes. Danica, leader is not this in my academy. I don't own one. I will be working with one, so you can't disrespect it, because it will be a Belgian academy. You guys
Question, leader. When you said there were more than 7 the other day, are we counting like Ahir Dixon, Jamani Bell, like players like that who are overseas?
So, question, hold on there. When they call Whisper and they call Romain Blake, are those overseas-based players? I just need to know.
Yes, they are overseas-based players.
Okay, argument done.
But
answered your own question.
Okay, so when you're talking about the quota, it is just if they play football overseas. It doesn't have anything to do with where they were born, right?
No.
No, well,
because
leader, I don't think that. No, leader, I think the quota was where you were born, not about who we're playing overseas. Because remember, Blake coming in, Blake coming in as a Jamaican born player, because that was how the story sold. No, but I heard from Mr. Speed as well, and that's how it sound. Everybody, leader, nobody not gonna agree with it. So leader,
leader, you're saying that. Let's say we have 7 overseas-based players already at 19 players, and the 8th overseas-based player is gonna be Romain Blake. The coach has to justify picking Romain Blake. That's what you're telling me?
No, not a Ras. That is not true.
No, hold on. No, listen now. What
that's why I asked the question.
Hold on. Out of the 7, let us look at out of the 7, how many of them did the coach use in all matches? I think that's
but leader, the man ask you a question how the rules set up, because you seem like you know the quota rules thing set up.
No, look here, it's just basic common sense, you know.
Leader, in a basic common sense, if me say something, I will ask you. If it was so common, we would have known it, leader. You just say F Blake outside and you have 7.
Hold on. Look at it. When you're doing something now, you know, the slate, the blackboard white clean, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it have nothing to do with that. Whatever happened in that gone, it clean, and then you start over from scratch, and then you put in the names. Blake would obviously be number 1. Is not added to, because you are assuming that all of those there that played the other day were up to that standard.
But leader, that is different from what he's asking a leader. The scratch all of that, leader. Don't talk about that. Him just ask you with this rule now, because Mr. Speed answered it clearly. Him say the rule have to do with people born overseas. It have nothing to do with the Jamaican born. 50 of them born in Jamaica. And no, Mr. Speed answered big boss. The letter right exactly where they, and Mr. Speed answered exactly where they.
Okay,
it means overseas born players.
JD, you have a case where you have youngsters. Okay, hold on. You have a case where you have youngsters that leave from Jamaica and take a step foot off the plane in England or the USA. And not because they were ordinary players in Jamaica at age 14 and they come back to try to make the Jamaica team at age 16. Okay, I can give you an actual example. Let me give you an actual example. Like, I know this personally. There's a youngster. He used to go to St. George's College. he was out here on holidays. I think he asked to train with a Premier League team, right? I saw the youngster train, right? He's in England now, right? And the father, I think, expressed in there, said, what happens? Can somebody see if he can get a looking with the national team? Because he saw a squad that was called, listen now, he saw a squad that was called, and some of the players that were in that thing, he thinks he knows he's better than some of those. And when you look at the initial squad, it was a local squad that was called initially. With a lot of players. Majority of those players were dropped straight, right? So his might be better than some of those that were dropped, but the fact is the matter, they were dropped. And when he compared him, because the first thing I asked the father, I compared him, I said, okay, is he better than this other player that he used to be at St. George's College? Because I used to play together at St. George's College. Is he better than him? And the first the dad said no. So I said, look here, if he's not better than him, no. Why are you comparing him against, say, the fat kid that really can't play? You understand? Compare him against the best. And then next thing he asked, I told him, I said, listen now, who he has to match up with is the player. I sent him a list of players from, say, Arsenal and so that qualified for the under-20. And I said, is he good enough, better than any of these? And the dad said, no. So right then and then I said, hold on, that is what he has to match up against. So what did the quota thing I said say, is that sometimes, and I can tell you, this has happened a lot of times, that you have youngsters coming in not because they are based in America or France or Germany or whatever. If they are not playing at a certain level, you need to say, well, okay, give good reason why they should be there. If you have I remember Mr. has told you, if you have players coming from Arsenal or whatever, playing in the EPL, whatever, under 21, whatever, that's a basic thing. You don't have a problem there. Why you have a problem is when you have somebody coming from JD's 8th Division Night League in Belgium.
All right. You keep on saying that. Forget to get clippings of the
Pastor,
Night
no,
League.
let me start that. Pastor's 9th Division Conference League.
All right. So
Night League in England. Pastors, they could use pastor. Pastor.
All right, but big boss, we remember. Listen to Mr. Speed broke it down. I understand what you're trying to allude to, because Mr. Speed already said that, But Mr. Speed said, because your people didn't never want nobody, we're born outside. We're born outside. The man used the word born outside. Leader. Remember the man that I deal with it, Him said them have to come to an understanding to say that, okay, we at least we can get 7 inside, and obviously over the years we have gotten close to 11 to 12 of them on the team. So obviously we can try even justify 4 or 5 more to get on the team. But it was always in the realm of the people who were born here, because the other guys are going to always be at a higher level that we're going to choose. We have to set up a bracket for them, can meet them halfway, because the reason was they are the Girlz World Cup team, and a very few of them born in Jamaica. Him go to that level for say the people must say a very few reggae girls born in Jamaica, everybody born a foreign. Them did good, and everybody them a play for big clubs. So that kill your argument, leader. So them know, say them pass. Because them a play for AC Milan, not Manchester City, because she born in Jamaica, but them a play all over the world at big clubs, so them already pass. But them a said that just don't look good for them. That are the people who are in the boardroom, leader. So clearly, see, the man Mr. Speed. So what you are doing a talk for Mr. Speed, I know what his intentions were, because him are the one I am Mr. Hallgrimsson them. So me know say him not a problem with what I go on now. But the other people them in the boardroom no one what him want and no one what we want. So they had to compromise, and that compromise mean it a go start from 7. And them I try enforce the 7, because Mr. Speed said that as well. That's why him said the justification is needed. So when you say if a 20 more come and the whole them come from Liverpool, me honestly believe that if the whole them come from Liverpool, them now make the team. As some of them are gonna make the team. Them are gonna go over the top. No, them are gonna go over the top to around 12. No, leader, me I say
under 20.
But
How
leader,
many
that's the
overseas
next one.
players were there?
Leader, that was the last one. Me, I tell you, if we have 10 Liverpool more players, a 5 we are getting at that pan top of the 7. Are them 7 here
Okay,
will come first, I come
JD,
out, and the 12 will come.
let's have this argument again in June when hopefully these guys qualify for that next section. And in June,
Yes, we see how it work. When
the
everybody
international
available.
when everybody is available, let's have the argument then and not speculate.
All
And
right.
then at that stage, I want Pastor and some of his friends to come and eat crow.
Yes, we want to see that.
Yes,
But remember,
yes.
and a pastor them about Mr. Speed so time on mouth,
Yeah.
leader. So you
Leader.
can't war with the man them.
This is
JD,
certain thing in law, court of law is left to interpretation.
Okay, so
I'm not going to.
Leader.
So hold
Leader.
on, leader. No, but no, before leader. If a man says something, me hear Mr. Speed say, me know what him want. Me respect Mr. Speed because me think say if I never him, we wouldn't have this conversation. We wouldn't have none. I go up on the team, none at all. Me actually believe that. Because clearly the other man them tell me what them want leader. So me respect Mr. Speed. So this is not coming after Mr. Speed or nobody of the current regime. Because me think say the president want the overseas man them in our team. You know why? Him call them and me hear upon the tape. Say if you don't want to play, we are gonna get the other man them better than no. Me hear that out of my own mouth. So me know say him want them to come play. You get me? But me know say the other people them not share the same sentiments, leader. So when we never have no room to interpret what Mr. Speed say. Mr. Speed tell we exactly what was said in the boardroom and what him stand for. So all Mr. Wall would have to do is just justify, but they must still have room for the other guys them because them have left some hope. No care what one. So no,
Well,
we know
look
we're
here.
not seeing a 20 man leader. We're not seeing a 20 man. I'm sure of that.
Well, let's see if we have 20 players qualifying from Liverpool or Arsenal. Well, no, me no want a Liverpool play in a Jamaica team. When I think about it, you know.
No,
sir.
wait about leader. I win, we want to win.
Me no want a
Even
Liverpool
though me and
player.
Arsenal not share the best tea, if all them
No,
come
sir.
from Arsenal, I
We think
all them
sorry.
want.
Hold on, let me just change that. 20 Arsenal players, no Liverpool.
No, we're not gonna have it. You know. No, not 20 Arsenal players now. They on the team. They have to come from everywhere. 20 Arsenal players are good. 20
Yes,
Arsenal
now?
players. We don't have 20 Jamaican
Okay.
Arsenal players. All right, we have more players all around the world who can play. Yeah, yes, sorry. You know, me now just done this video with the Arsenal war, you know. Me don't know all leader end up with the Arsenal argument. Me never mean it away the young glass say. All them literally come from Arsenal, they come from other places. Go ahead, leader and pastor.
JD brain chip, you know.
Anyway,
Yeah.
JD.
Yeah. Leader, before you go,
Oh
I
my
want to
God.
interject this statement. The quota system is in place where you have locally born players and players born in the diaspora. You have, and this is quoting Mr. Speed, no, you have the 7 where the coach can just call the 7 from overseas, him and the coach. However, if there is 8 and above, for every player above 7, the coach need to give a justification. Every player born outside of Jamaica, not every player playing outside of Jamaica, because the quota is not about. The quota is specific to where the players are born, and that is what Mr. Speed said. So, in all of our conversations, that is the premise for the quota system. There are those, as JD said, in the administration that don't want to see one person from the diaspora. They want a team full a yardman.
Well, I heard the thing, and I also heard him say that if you're getting 20 players from Arsenal, you're basically good, so to speak. You understand?
Yes, but
He
you have to
leader, no, but leader,
They
he
decide, okay, hold
But
on.
you have to
Leader.
All
justify
going to
13
just
of them.
decide that, okay, we have we have 20 players. We have the entire Arsenal team here that just won the junior EPL, whatever. And I think that's basically it. You just put the
No,
justification there at the
leader.
quality level that they're at.
The
But leader,
policy
Lisa,
position would
leader,
be
no, but
that you
pastor,
have to
pastor,
justify
pastor,
certain of those players.
pastor, even but that, but the man, even, but
He
the man,
didn't
said,
know. Hold on,
no, leader,
Pastor.
him,
He
no,
did not stop at no number. He didn't say that you're going to be capped at 30.
no, but
leader.
pastor, no,
You
but
can
here,
go up
no,
any amount.
leader, here we have the problem now, leader. Even when he said if we get the 20 from Arsenal, we still are gonna need a justification, but him have to fight to get the 20 night as well. When he say when it's go full, him have to fight forget it because you have people on the board when you want that. So him never excluded say you have a cap out on it. Him only say if you have the 20 you can bring it in and try justify it. Not just justify it and you get through. It still have a pass. Leader. So stop act like so when the man bring the 20 come in and justify it, everything is okay. Him still as a people go there fight against it if you have the 20 man them in night, leader. So that is a quarter leader, no care where you want
to
say.
That won't change. You have people, as I said, a lot of people don't realize that the JFF board is the final decision making body.
Yes.
Anyway, just like the Jamaican Parliament and so on. It's not any one person.
And but leader, but that is exactly what we are trying to explain to you from day one. So we know what Mr. Speed want and we know what the president want. But we're not sure.
And the board is basically the parish president. So everybody need to understand. So the board is not the president and Mr. Speed and then one and two other people. The board is the parish presidents. So when people hear and they talk about is the parish presidents. When administrations change, so no matter who wins whatever JFF election coming up, the board going to be the same because it's the same parish presidents. Okay. So people need to even realize that aspect.
Okay, yeah.
It's the same people.
Respect, leader, man. We just want to make sure it's clear to make people know that we're not gonna ever see the whole team. We still gonna have one and two people. We make the team just flat out based on we have to put one or two man in it, and them good enough on a Jamaican level. Them are the best out of the Jamaican pool. That always happen. That me think, honestly. And I think leader can't disagree with me. That happen regardless of what we think. Even when we have 20 man.
Look here, it's like right now, Christopher Ainsworth. Let me use that name there for example.
Yes, Ainsworth.
If we pick, you think if when we go out there, so you don't think he'll be easily better than some other guys that you're going to be bringing in, say from that 20 from Arsenal, or he's equal to?
Me not think he might be better than none from the Arsenal. No, me not think he might be better than none from the Arsenal. But if you say if him can be better than overseas players, I would say yes.
Might be surprised.
No, I would be no. Christopher Ainsworth is better than none of man in Arsenal. But remember, I rate him highly and my player, you know. And my player.
We don't use Arsenal.
So him better than players of overseas. Yes, that is true. Me thinking better than players overseas.
We could just look at it like that. Yes.
Yes. Like that. But if you use Arsenal, even though
we can, the big bad Arsenal, we can.
We're not gonna make a getaway, even though me and Arsenal.
He might be better than the 20 from Liverpool.
No. Them top level clubs there, it might be very tough for me better than them. But if you say some of the U21s on the championship level, which is a high level, I think he can be compared, if not better than a lot of them. Because the kid have true talent, because I rate him highly. And I actually think he's the best Jamaican under 21 player. Yes, I actually believe that. People bought me up, but me believe it.
Let me tell you a little birdie. Let me give you a little birdie. A little thing I know. Right? I'm going to come off after this. I was speaking to somebody last night from overseas. And the discussion was, and this is, I won't tell you who it is. That's somebody overseas. And the discussion was whether or not when the Jamaica team qualifies, not if, when the Jamaican team qualifies for 2026, if he actually says he would expect to see Christopher Ainsworth being in that team when the final team, because you know the team that qualifies you is not necessarily the team that you're going to name, because you always have that thing. And the person said that at that stage he might not play in the qualifiers or whatever, but I'm telling you, at that stage he probably might expect to see Christopher Ainsworth in there, because currently he is probably one of the best, not best young left backs, the best left-sided player in Jamaica right now. This is somebody from overseas. I won't tell you the name.
Yeah, but why you have to take a call, leader? I have said that for 2 months running that he's the best player. under 21 in Jamaica. Or off Jamaica. That's what I've said.
And as I
more
said,
than 2 months
I
ago.
tell you, in his specific position, his person overseas that has placed a number, is an agent, rates him that highly. I won't say anything more.
Well,
So we'll leave it at
I'm not going to rate him that he has to be in the national team because I'm
No,
just
I
saying.
never say him in the national team. No. I never said that. No. The person never said that. No. He said that if and when they qualify, he expects them to qualify. And he's saying that when that squad is named, that kid, because I won't say what will happen in June later this year. I won't go into that. Because something should have happened the other day, but it's whole. So let us see what happened later on. But watch the kid. Remember the name. Anyway, I'm gone.
All right. Leader say the kid are gonna be astronomically great, you know. But I think he's the best for real. I agree with him. And it clearly shows because he played at those levels, and I have seen all the other kids them play Manning Cup and those things. And I can say that yes, when it comes on to 21s, he stood up against Concacaf level talents. And he was out there. Sorry, Richard Samuel. At time stay, he got this the other club them. You know, yes. Sorry about that, Richard Samuels. But yes, he's a good baller, But I don't believe that he's going to be a sure lock for World Cup coming. You know, yes, I don't believe that. I can believe that he's good and the best in under 21s for now because other players are coming through, you know. So and he's young, so maybe like next year we have 2 players. Maybe by when Whisper them start to play more, we can put him in the pool to evaluate him because he plays 1 billion games more than Whisper at top level because he plays in the Concacaf, and the Concacaf is the Concacaf. You don't have so much levels in this region. Whisper have not played outside the Concacaf level. You understand me? Yes, so he has more experience. So that's why I rate him at this point above Whisper them, based on what he has done. If you don't know what I'm talking, go and watch Christopher Ainsworth in the JPL or outside the JPL in Concacaf. The kid is a talent. I know how long he's doing it. Give him respect. When the others start to play, then I can truly evaluate them to say if they are better than him. But based on what he has done over the last 3 years, he's ahead of everybody based on what he has achieved as well. So I agree with leader's statement there. You know? Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Jason Pastor, I don't want to give in anything because I'm going to talk about the 2 matches them, and then we are done for the day because I have to do a next match coming up. 61 Red Hills Road production. Is he coming from 61 Red Hills Road? I just know that kid is talented. I saw him playing football, and that's the only way people can evaluate him. I said the same thing, and leader said he had a call and got. Okay. The school he's coming from, but the school. So why you never want to give Cavaliers credit? And let me tell you this, you know, footballers not just develop as only think, you know. Who them play against too, you know. So them play. So Suriname teams them have a lot to do with his development. The competition that he went to in what Damrep they went to the competition, something like that. That competition they went to in Damrep. Those things that develop the players. I mean, it's not just Cavaliers and Calabar develop these players. No, it's worldwide. Develop the players. Then who you play against help you. It's not just your club. All right, so stop giving Calabar all the credit. Go ahead, Pastor, before we get into the chopping up. All right.
Just remember this: the #1 football league in Jamaica is schoolboy football.
No, that is not true. The #1 highest league is schoolboy football.
I never said it was the highest quality league. I said the #1 league.
But it's not the #1
Jamaica.
either. No, it's not the #1. #1 in what? You have to state no. Once you say #1, people go put quality to it automatically.
Hold on.
Nobody knows say #1 league and talk about ratings.
Well, me I gotta tell you this: the Jamaica football fan base is more drawn to high school football in Jamaica than they are drawn to the Premier League. None of these persons who you hear chatting in these chat don't watch JPL game, but they can tell you everything about the high school that they went to, games that they play. The #1 football league in Jamaica is the high league, and JD, you can challenge me on that and lose.
Okay.
A lot of them when you hear a talk in the chat do not focus on the JPL, and most school matches have higher spectator turnout than a lot, if not most, are all of the JPL matches.
Well, all I know, none of the so-called schoolboy team them can't avoid getting 6 from the JPL team them. That's all I'm telling you. All right.
And I
Yes.
would, and I am not going to, and I'm not going to discuss that because that is salient and true. It has nothing to do with the quality of the players or the league. It has everything to do with what people like,
Yeah, but
what they
but
keep
Pastor,
themselves
and that me run my
affiliated to.
show, and that me run my show, and me evaluate players, me analyze players,
No,
and then me give the honest
no,
truth. Me not care if you play in a JPL or whatever, but me know.
but that is why, but JD, I said that because of the identity that was put to the player, the school that he went to, rather than the advanced level that the club exposed him to. And that is why they will always attach them to the school. They're not going to attach them to the club. So they will remember Tyreek McGee not from the club, but from his schoolboy days. And it has always been the case. Schoolboy football is a fashion in Jamaica.
Okay.
The
All right. So
JPL is not.
Damian Dash says he doesn't trust which Cavalier player made at the international level. Concacaf would class as the international level, you know. So, for instance, when all of the players them playing U20s, he was still playing against Violet, you know. Violet ended up going to play on the higher level, you know, and he played against them. So he played games that are international games. So don't take away. The guy is a good player, man. He's a good player. And remember, if you don't play football, I can't rate you highly. I can say and say what people think you can become. But if I don't play football, because for instance, for Whisper, I could have only rated him at Manning Cup level because that's the only thing he actually plays. You know, and then I talked about him dominating the Manning Cup, and he went on and dominated the Manning Cup. But he has not played football for two seasons now. So what I think he can dominate, I don't think he can go on any field and dominate it without training and stuff. And that's what I've heard. They said he's not fit to the level of certain leagues, so they have to try and build him up. But everybody know that because that is average level. But he's playing at high level in Concacaf, so we never used JPL because everyone don't rate JPL, but it's still higher than Manning Cup. So he has the Manning Cup and he has Concacaf to prove, double time Concacaf to prove. You understand me? So with that said, he would have been the most established.
Don't make them.
He would have been the most established under 21 player Jamaica has now. He would have been the most established one if you look at that, what he did. How much other under 21s we are play in the JPL week in, week out, and then go in a Concacaf and played? None, because the USL no get called back and them not enter in a Concacaf league either because them barely get game at them club. You understand me? So we have to give him credit, man. Just as how we see Whisper them as a talent, we can look at other people, you know, and honestly start the truth here. Not because them come from Cavaliers. Because I honestly believe, you know, it's because we like Mr. Butler. Or at least only like Mr. Butler, because me not really too like me not too fancy myself. But true, only like Mr. Butler, it is like only make up the story for that, and true, hate Mr. Speed, only can't really look at the ballers them, but the ballers them are all Jamaicans. So even if me not fancy Mr. Butler, if me see him baller and him baller good enough, because me never fancy him from day one, but me still talk highly of Whisper in the Manning Cup level. And if me see him at England level, me go come here and tell him, say, him better than all of the under 21s them, if it is true. You know, but that is if me think it's true. Just like how I knew that he would have dominated schoolboy football and I came and told you guys. So I think Ainsworth deserves his credit because the 3 years he's doing it. It's not like a one season. The rest of the man, you know. Jimenez never got much time, Damian Dash. Jimenez never got much time. What the next one name? Pearson never got much time. When Pearson made the national team, him just make half of a cap in the Premier League. Half, not even full 90 minutes in the Premier League. Alright? Pearson have played 3 seasons and him not make the national team as yet. So it's a different level of players. You can't say, yes, Brando, how much minutes Whisper truly getting in the match them? Only the half of when again match, you know, half of 80 match, I would say that are the real match. Him get the whole, him get the minutes them, but with a really respect, you know, on an international basis. And that match was not his best match. The other international friendlies them, him get longer minutes them. Him get longer minutes. So if you want to use that to evaluate him, you can. But only the international real match that made attack, and the real match that made attack would have been only the 80 match for me. I don't think him get enough time in the other games them. All of the other games them was cameo for him, for me. You know? I want to see him for long times. Like I want him to cover 200, 400 minutes. Real time 400 minutes international. In the amount of games that he has actually gotten. Him got around what, 10 matches? And you know, past 400 minutes, that's a lot of matches, you know, for the past 400 minutes, you know. So our cameos those. You understand me? So we can't really, you know, yeah. So that's why. But we have to give Ian him credit and whisper him there at Chelsea now. So even if he gets under 21 games at Chelsea, me still going to count them at the same level as Concacaf. So if he plays and dominate the under 21s, me can compare it to the Concacaf then, because I do believe the under 21s is better than Concacaf. Much might disagree, but I think under 21 Prem 2 is better than Concacaf, and it's better than the JPL by a good stretch too as well. So if he goes in that and dominates, I am going to give him his credit. You're going to come here, hear me giving him his credit. And I would say that I think he's ready for the championship, if not the bench of the Premier League. You get me? Okay. Thank you, Brando. Yeah, man. But people understood that I was trying to put the basis at. So, but what I've just said, Brando, I'm not even talking about the Premier League. If he gets an opportunity in the U21s and play and dominate it like Hutchinson them, I am saying that he's the best under 21 Jamaican born at this point. Because he goes into a league that is higher than the JPL and higher than Concacaf to a certain level. Because I still think MLS teams and Mexican teams can beat Prem 2 teams. But it still would have said he would have been the highest rated under 21 player Jamaica has. Yeah, go ahead, Jason and Pastor. I just wanted to make sure I clear up that so people understand that we're not coming from any bias part. I'm just telling you what it will take. Chelsea U21 will play against West Ham. Yes, I know that boss Thomas. It's in my phone already. I've told everybody to look out for it. To see if he's going to get some game time. And we're going to look out for today to see if he's going to get some game time in the Aston Villa Chelsea game, which I think Chelsea is trying to look to win the game because their season is pretty much over. So I'm not sure if he will get a try. And Jackson's back, right, Jason? Jackson's back in England.
Jackson's
back, and two loanees got re-signed.
Yeah.
So that's 3 more players came back. So when it was 16 players off, you know, the last time, you know, and they never selected him. So it would be surprised if they select him now in the main team, you know. But let's see. Still watching it to see if he will pop up, because we would love to see that, because we just want some game time off the youth team. And Zimenez, I would love to see some game time for Zimenez as well. Regardless of where he's playing, you know, I want to see how much he improves. Because those are the players them that we had said got the talent, you know. Zimenez was one of the hyped, talented Jamaican born. And, you know, we want to see some more minutes from them. Because I don't like the fact that people kind of discard them, Jason. And we are going for other players. When we have them other guys and then break through. Them break through already. So the other guys, we are going for from scratch. But these guys broke through and we look like we avoided them, you know. So I want to see more from them.
We get so happy when they get the move overseas, and then it's like, all right, them gone. So now we can just find a next man for this. You know, it's weird. It's weird how we operate as a fan base. It's like we forget about the player them that did what we wanted them to do in the first place, which is go overseas and develop.
Yeah, man, I agree, Jason. And people only can drop a comment, like Zimenez and those guys, when they're not playing, man. You make them know that people still have them in their good grace and stuff. You know, to motivate them, because some of them, they are in countries that are not English-speaking countries by themselves. You understand me? And you can have $1 billion, you know. If you don't really comfortably, you know, it's hard for you to get up, you know. You understand me? So if you can motivate them, because you guys are always chanting they are big ballers, so don't reject them now and don't call them and text them because they are not playing and they never lived up to the big baller status of you guys. Alright? Because you always say me are the man with bad mind all of the young players them from Jamaica and me not like the Jamaican band, which always prove that it's a lie. But I am the one that did what you guys not doing. So please contact the man them. Please contact the man them and tell them, say, yo, boy, keep your head up, you know. Because on a certain go, you know, just make it off your own because you come from a league that is poorer. So it's gonna take you a little while to step up and everything. Give them some motivation so they know that at least they know that some players are checking for them. It's very important, guys. They are in countries that has nothing to do with what they know. They born and new in Jamaica, nothing. Because believe me, Jamaica is the furthest part of everywhere else on planet Earth. Jamaica is not nowhere the same as anywhere else on planet Earth. Maybe United States, Canada, and England, you could find some little patches of people like act like Jamaica. But believe me, aside from that, languages are not the same, behaviors are not the same, food kinds are not the same, and obviously majority of the principles are completely different because we make our own principles. So contact them, man, and check on them, man, you know, because they are good guys, man. They are good guys. If you talk to them, they will respect you. They will answer you back. Surprising, if you text them, they will answer you back. Don't think that they're not going to answer you back, you know. So just text them, try contact them, and yell them up and stuff, you know. That's all I would say from a standpoint of me reporting these videos, because I truly want them to reach places, you know. I just wanted to tell them how hard it was to reach places, and I never got the right reception when I came here because people thought that I was putting them down. But it's because I was working in the field, so I knew what was required. So I was not just a YouTuber, I was someone in the field, so I knew what was required. So that's why I was trying to give it to them, but people interpreted it as me bad mind or me a fight against them, and I wanted. Maybe when I started off talking about all the foreign-based players then, because what I saw was what Jamaica could have become. You know? That's what I saw, what Jamaica could have become and how fast we could have rapidly rise. So that's why I was talking about the overseas guys then. But that never mean I hated Jamaican players. I was born in Jamaica, tried the same path as all of them as well. And the corruption was still there. Even when you're winning things, you can't make the national team. It was always there for years now. So I know about it. So when we have a chance to change it, we are going to always do so, because you want... Chevis a fight. Yeah, so Jason and Pastor, let me talk about the two games that are coming up. Aston Villa versus Chelsea. Last one. Let me start with Forest. Forest versus Bristol City. Jason, yeah, Forest is back at home now. They have Taiwo. Superman Wo.
Everybody healthy. Yeah, everybody
Superman Wo.
Healthy.
What are you saying, Jason? You're claiming that they're gonna get beaten again?
No, I think Bristol had their chance to pull off the upset, but at the City ground, I believe Forest will be too much for them. I think they will be victorious today. It's going to be a 2-0 victory for Forest.
All right, so Guru says the Africans would dispute that statement, JD. Them a tell me said Jamaica favor, which is look like Ghana, Nigeria, and Kenya. And a lot of the cultures are similar. But I've known all of those people. I've known all of those people, and they have said nothing like that. They have said, or we are similar in features, agreed. But when they do meet Jamaicans, they are completely different, because we are mixed with more of the Americans and different other cultures. So we are different. I believe me, Guru. Believe me, I meet Nigerians. I have a lot of Nigerian friends, Ghana friends. I have Ghana friends here. African is a half Ghanaian, you know. Yes, and I have other Ghanaian friends. I have Ethiopia friends. I have friends from what? Gambia. That's how I knew about the big bats, them, you know. Yes, so believe me, I know about them, and they have said we are. Believe me, we are different. I think Jamaicans are the most different. Well, I would put it. We're just different from everybody. I don't believe we are similar to nobody. because I never meant it any disrespect Africans. Oh Lord. I just said you're half Canadian, half Ghanaian. All right? Yes. Sorry. So, anyways, what I was trying to say is some things that we do is different from anywhere else on planet Earth. I'm sure of that. I have some things that we have in our culture. Believe me, I nearly got deported 3 minutes after reaching in Belgium, and it's only because I'm a Jamaican. I am not going to go into the information, but it's only because I'm a Jamaican, and 99% of us would have gotten deported as well. So you can't tell me that we are the same as anywhere in the world. We have some principles and some behaviors that is nowhere else on planet Earth. All right, so I don't have to go into it, but I'm saying 99% of Jamaicans getting deported as well.
While
you
I
sure
agree,
at Jamaica they would send you back to? Oh my God! Oh, people, some me blame Jamaican them bad behavior. So when me learn it. Oh wait, Jason them learn it. Oh, Jason are more American than Jamaican. But Pastor learn it.
look company with the non-Jamaican them. Don't lump me over the summer.
Well, all I'm saying is, people, I am telling you, we have some principles. I have gone a lot of places now and know a lot of persons from different countries. We have some principles that are not the same. All right, I was in a class with around 35 different nations, and when I'm explaining certain things and I tell them what you can't do and stuff, and you can't say it to me, yes, see, boy, I don't want to go to Jamaica then, because you guys are free. You guys are free in your mind. But the things that you guys talk about, if this is true, because they never believe me when I'm saying certain things we don't really condone, and certain way you talk and certain words you use you can't condone, or you will get hurt in Jamaica, They must say, oh, what? See, you can't even speak freely? Yes. So people, I'm telling you, all I'm telling you, our culture, people, let me just stay on it. Our culture is different from everybody else on planet Earth. We have nobody as close to Jamaicans. That's all I'm going to say to you, and I've experienced it, and I'm telling you. Go ahead, Pastor. You disagree or you agree?
I am going to say I agree that Jamaica is not a real place, so you cannot mimic Jamaican cultural
Pastor, me never talk about that. Me never don't start with the real place. Pastor, when you use those words, people not gonna listen to you, Pastor, man.
Listen to what I am saying. I am saying what I am saying.
Alright, that's not
Jamaica.
Scrub out the non-real place. Scrub out the non-real place and talk.
Jamaica cultural practices and behavioral practices cannot be mimicked by anywhere in the world, because that statement that I made, we'll go over it. However, I will hasten to say that the 1% that you left out that would not get deported, I am in that 1%.
I know you're reaching that 1%, Pastor. Why you want to be always extra, Pastor? Why you 100% in the position that I was, 100% of the Jamaicans them would have gotten deported. Let me change it. 100% of us would have been deported, and it's because of our culture. All right, it's because of our culture. That's it. I'm not gonna argue. You guys can make up whatever story you want.
Well, JD, Pastor outside of the 100.
Yes, so Pastor never born in Jamaica then. But once you're born in Jamaica, you get deported. Alright, yes. And I nearly got deported as well. It is because someone was there to help me out. That's why I never got deported.
Yes, sir. It is very instructive that the man would go to ensure that everybody is the same.
Yes. Certain things of Jamaica, everybody is the same. No, certain things of Jamaican, everybody is the same. And if you say you're different, Pastor, you not consider that Jamaican. Because first thing, let me start that now before we get into the game. Because since you changed the topic, when we are Jamaican, people, what the first thing Are the definition being a Jamaican. Even when we not believe in it, what people say we have to stay when we are Jamaican. Just write it in the chat when time. What you think? What you think? We have a little bit. We'll have a little more time.
Because we're not for take no talk from nobody.
We're not for take no talk from nobody. That a 100% fact. Nobody can tell me nothing here so and talk about them. Nobody, no Jamaican can tell me about them. I go play some people talk to them and them not have it in their mind. Oh, culture changes from that. That a 100% correct, Jason. You have number 2. What number 2? What number 2?
Well, first thing, there is no number. That.
All right, take out the number 2. What number 2 is actually there is no number 2. All right, we're not gonna get into it because our stream might get cancelled. That a Jamaica, every 100% Jamaica. If you don't believe it, that means.
So yes, number 3.
Skip number 2.
Jason, hold on. Number 3 might make everybody think that I'm a Girlz. The number 2, hold on. I was doing a crusade, an evangelistic series, and the sound system provider is doing mic check 1 3 4 5 1 3, and I have basic school kindergarten. I mean, if I go to the man and say, listen to my brother, you don't see a little bit in this.
Oh,
yo,
God.
Pastor, man can't say 1 2, man can't what kind of 2 thing, you know, Pastor, man, number 2 thing, Pastor.
And please, Guru, no, Guru. Guru, I was not saying something bad about Jamaica, my brother. I was just saying that we are different. That's all. We are different. That's all I was saying, my brother. Nobody come up with the foolishness. I was just saying I got caught in a position, and it was because I'm a Jamaican that's why I knew that I would have gotten deported 100%, and 100% of the other Jamaicans would have gotten deported as well because of our culture. I started the conversation of the difference in our culture. Never talk about any negative, my brother. Guru, what was Stacey, man? You know, say this, are we alone on planet Earth, Stacey? What you are showing now, are we alone on planet Earth, Stacey? We can't even have a conversation. You get me? Yes, because not here what happen, we can't talk. Alright? Come on, Guru, man. Better than that, man. Nobody never this no Jamaica or nothing. Nobody no believes we are this Jamaica. Alright? Alright.
Really, it is instructive now that, and I don't even know what in time that you are correcting.
All right, look. Let me clear it up then. Since you want me talk, me can't take them people. Then we can't take them people. When we stop at number 2, and number 2 are the problem. And number 2 are the problem why me say me that get deported. Because I've said it to you guys when I just came in the country. When I came through the central station and I went on a street just because I was trying to find the person who I had to connect with. So I am coming out and the street was like a number 2 street. But I had no idea. He's trying to direct me and he told me that what street he's on. And I tried to go there and one of them step out to me and start talking, you know? And before the person stepping out to me, I am saying, Jesus God. And the reason why I've said Jesus God is not because I feel like the person could have overpowered me. I am big and physical. But because I know what I stand for, Mr. Guru. And that is because I'm a Jamaican. If I was born in America or somewhere else, maybe I wouldn't react that way, Guru. That's what I was saying, my brother. So sometimes enough make it seems like people bring down Jamaica or anything because that is not true. I was just explaining something that I mean, I say if me they react any other way, I true when by time the person walk come over for start talk close to me, my virgin come and already draw me away because me that try find a reason for him say something for me do him something. and me just come out of the airport 5.3 seconds. And me gonna get deport 10.7 seconds. Because it now gonna take me 5 minutes. 5 seconds to do him something. You understand me? That's all I was trying to say, my brother. So come on, Guru, man. Better than that, my brother. Alright?
Jimmy, hold on. Let me clarify this now then. If that is the case, the first time when I traveled to America, me wouldn't be in the 1%. Because the person I was traveling with, we just went to walk and we went to Manhattan in New York. But he carried me through a park. And what I see happening in the park and my response to it, you know me end up having to walk 3.5 miles extra to get back to where me I go because me tell him say if me go through the park the people are dead. So me would get deported too. So me not at the 1%.
So pastors, you say you're not in the 1%. Alright. Alright, so people. Alright, so let us make these predictions because I have to run off for 20 minutes or so because I'm going to do the Nigeria video at 5. So if you guys want to come over there, you can come on the Wemaxit channel. Alright, yes, maybe in the next hour. But let me just go through these two predictions. So, what is it, Jason? First, a butter. First, to win this one. Alright, let me get Jason.
Jesus said 2-0.
2-0. No, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what he said. I am going to go 2-1. Forest still winning.
2-1 Forest still winning.
Yeah, I said Forest 2-0. Sorry, me there work. I tried.
Yeah, man. Well, Forest at the batter. Bristol City. You know. Yes, nothing close. Batteration. Alright, yes. So, and then we have Aston Villa, Chelsea. What say you guys? They should be, yeah man. They are gonna batter them, man. Taiwo is back, you know. Yes, and Taiwo is Arsenal's kryptonite here. But listen, no Arsenal conversation, me done, and we have no time. Alright? Go ahead, Pastor.
Well, we have bigger fish to fry.
I am going to go with the continued form of Leon Bailey to be the X factor to overcome Chelsea. And I'm going to say 3-1.
So Leon Bailey got brush Chelsea later. The last time Chelsea was the better team, you know.
Yeah, I know, but Leon Bailey's form has not only been consistent, he seemed to be incrementally improving in terms of his coverage defensively and playing more with his teammates rather than trying to be a player on his own.
Okay. So Leon Bailey and Aston Villa beating up Chelsea later. I want to think that if Leon Bailey and Aston Villa try to run out, you know, they are gonna get crippled by Chelsea. Chelsea is good at teams playing at them, you know. So don't write them off so fast, people. They are not as bad as what you guys think. Yes. Alright, so let me take up them comments here. We have a few here. Guru said, JD, Jamaicans are diverse. You have no idea how a Jamaican would act in any situation. A pure foolishness, me a hear. Your experience are not normal or common. Jesus God, really? Yo, the man said my experience is not common. How people would react. No, me think say wrong there, so Guru. So you tell me say all our experience at Jamaica was lie. Like we know. If a number 2 roll up to it and I behave a certain way, we not gonna react a certain way. You led me to believe otherwise, Guru. Me not believe that. Me not believe that, Guru.
YouTube video with a young lady. There's a YouTube video with a young lady who said me a Jamaican and I tell you the things where unique to what making her Jamaican. Guru. You need to go watch that YouTube video.
Yes, Guru. Maybe you not gonna react, but me think so our culture coming up through the 80s and 90s. That's what we learned to not react exactly the way I would have reacted. Majority of the people. Alright, let me put Kingston then. Because you look at Guru come from a different parish and me no know about the other parish them. So that is true. I can't say it's Jamaica. No. Well, 110% of Kingston I react the same damn way. in a Kingston.
Jody,
Because of that me
Jody,
learn, I'm going to go every bad place in a Kingston. Me live everywhere in a
I
Kingston.
was
I place where I
born in
live, me tour.
Manchester. I was born in Manchester. I have covered the entire 14 parishes of Jamaica. I have slept in 11 of the 14 parishes in Jamaica for a period of over 2 weeks.
Jason.
I sports not carry me go. Debates carry me go. And that is educational side. And ministry carry me go. Is either Guru was born in the late 90s or 2000, or he's telling a blatant lie. If he's born anywhere in the 80s or in the 70s, he would agree with what we're saying. The only persons, and this will also be specific to certain places in Jamaica, if you are born late 90s, early 2000s, in the 2000s. Other than that, Guru is a liar.
All right, Guru, people, you can reason so we have different ways to react. That is true. But based on how we grew up, Guru, just understand if you want the Guru, man. Come on, man, I lie me, I tell, man. Everybody has said to you, Guru, I saw them with a react. So everybody in this, everybody except you know. So out of the 100 people, you know, everybody has said the same thing except you know. And you're gonna tell me say that's not a cultural thing, Jason? Oh, that makes sense. Because how ironic we have those miraculous 200 people one place and the whole must say same thing except one person.
It actually fit right in line with the percentage we use, because 99% I say one thing and 1% I say the next thing. So I mean, look, he's not wrong in that different people going to act different in certain situations, but at the end of the day, it's going to be like a range of reactions, and they're going to be based on what you culturally have in you. So you can't take out the Jamaican culture out of somebody, even if them would have react a little differently. You see what I say? So you must understand, like, that base culture where you have is going to dictate how you react to things. And so with that being said, you know, there's a chance that you might not want to use certain numbers in the English language, you know?
And RVM, it's not about we being illiterate and ignorant. No, I obviously maybe at that time I was ignorant to a lot more things. That is true. Alright, Trenchtown, Riemann, Jungle is not the entire Jamaican culture. That's why I'm say, Guru, I've limited to Kingston because I went to Walton Park, then I started to par at Waterhouse, Olympics, then I start par at Marvally, then I gone up a Grand Spen, then I did live up a Marley Meadows, then I did live at Oaklands, we did own an apartment at Oaklands, so and then I go up on Stony Hill because me have friend at Stony Hills, me have a family up a even deal. So and then I go a Spanish Town, me have a woman at Spanish Town. Brother, me one of the biggest promoters in Jamaica in a Guru. So me did live a life of knowing how people stay, you know. Because me see people every night, hundreds of people every night. So me was one of the perfect example, or perfect person to give that story. You know, that's what I'm saying, because I met so much people. Yeah, in my lifetime, maybe in Jamaica, I met more than 200,000-300,000 people to have a conversation with or just pass through, you know. So and that's how we all think, you know. If a man thinks he have here Danica come and talk about JD, enough number 2 live at Kingston, so now is a parish war we start now, boy. Me I tell you, you know. me done. People, I'm very sorry. I was just explaining an experience, and I'm just saying I would have gotten deported in 3 seconds, and I was saved by someone with more education. All right, but remember, it's what I know, and I never knew anything different. All right, so maybe that the ignorance coming. All right, Guru said, I can't believe that, JD. I think you are very inexperienced on Jamaica. Yeah, but Guru, if me meet more people than you, and I was a popular figure than you, why you think, unless, you know what, let's leave it alone. Just type my name in and you know who I am. And then you realize I know that's YouTube, me did popular pan. Alright, sir? And then me done talk to you. Guru doesn't make up story. Alright, so people, just to give you a final point, me not go worry Guru for the whole time. Because me no brag, I never brag me a brag Guru, me just tell you who I am, and you could have search it yourself. You know, have to believe me, you got to search it yourself, and then you know who I am. Alright? Because me not hide, me not wanted, so you can just search who I am. Yeah, Jason give a final point and then Pastor give him final point. I'm done. Guru I go war for the whole day. Alright, look at Jason there work. Pastor give a final point and then Jason come in.
Yes. Unlike you, JD, me I go sing like Jamaican Guna. Indiana wants me, and I'm got me no want me very wanted, but not for anything illegal. Good. So I
Okay.
am going to continue going everywhere the opportunity provides itself to go. And because I am more informed and matured now, I am able to survive in the presence of certain things and not have my Jamaican-ness overpower the situation. So for me, as I said earlier, I take myself back out of the 1% because that was my experience the first time I traveled to the United States of America, New York to be specific, in the year 2000. Having said that though, there's a video I saw just yesterday. Maybe God did foresee, say, we're going to have this conversation of a young lady saying, me a Jamaican. And she went on to state what makes her Jamaican. So even the word, how we pronounce the words, people who speak patois don't pronounce it like we. And because we are Jamaicans, the reality of that is, brother, just know that we are who we are. And we can take the best of who we are. And that will allow us not just to be competitive, but to achieve substantially in the international space.
All right, Pastor, take care, because I'm trying to wrap up the conversation. All right, best country in the world, me not care. No, man, we never say if it's the best or not. You know, we never say nothing like that. We saw Jason time pass because him their work. We understand him situation. We saw K came in the chat at the end. K, this is not at the end. You know, so I gotta just give a final 1 second. You know, a 3 second. You have in the K. Go ahead.
To defend myself to the cause.
Yeah, you can't. Tomorrow you come and defend yourself.
I don't know who accused me of using the word mercurial.
Yeah, well, it not gonna happen today. You got to talk about something different. Where you join? You can't happen.
Listen,
Next one.
Bless up to everyone that was on the show today, and like up the video people. That's all.
So you know watch today. You know watch Bailey Cadamarteri score again. You know. So what you have to say about him? Is a Mercurian talent or a prestigious talent or a prestigious X2?
No, when given the opportunity as a young
Prodigious.
player, I like to see when young people. I like to see when young players in development take the chances. Whether your team is losing or not. Once you come on and you perform, goal or not, it's commendable and it helps in their development and confidence as well.
Okay,
So
okay.
props to him and hopefully Liam Malik can get on the score sheet this week against.
Yo, the man don't get talk about Leigh and Bailey whisper, you know. The man has got.
No, because I said hopefully get on the score sheet. That's all.
all right. So, but join the next one and we can debate. We can continue the argument where we had the other day. Yeah, man. So, people, please do smash the like button, share and subscribe. I'm going to come back in an hour live on the Wemaxit channel because we have Afghan to show and talk on. Yeah, man. Dr. You said Chelsea 3, Villa 2. I can tell you Chelsea are going to surprise people in that game. All right. So, people, smash the like button. Yeah, man, Irie vibes, of course. I can't miss Afghan for a reason. And there's my fan base them there. So, I want to set a fan base them. So, why would I not turn up? And actually enjoy the games. So, I will be there. But I had these conversation stuff. So, we come out and thanks it again. We tell people thanks for supporting the guy that got shut up. Everyone that donated to the channel. I think we amassed what? We got 20 more US. plus 25 more US to put on it. So that's around 130 US dollars. So thanks yet again, people. Yes, I know the guy must be grateful and showcase that you still have good Jamaicans out here that wants to just support and help out any situation. So thanks yet again, people. We had a great one and see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.